song in my mind. Lost in a cold lies. I fall right back in line. She grabs hold and takes over. I'm got it all figured out. Heart beats through my chest now. I'm losing all control. I'll fix for you all night. Twin fingers through the night. Mind racing, thoughts chasing. Taking all of me. I'm sorry, I've been listening to that song a lot lately.
I can tell. That's all right, so have I.
What's up, guys? I'm Kid, and welcome to Constantly Off-traK, where we talk about what we want, and you just sit back and listen. I am joined again with Kaz, and Kaz only today, like always.
We still need to get a better intro.
What's wrong with that one?
We talk about whatever we want. You just sit back and listen.
It's
It sounds a little aggressive.
Well, they wouldn't be here if they didn't want to sit back and listen.
I don't know. I'm just saying. What's up, Tristan? I see you there.
Oh, shit. What do you think about that intro? I think it's fine. I mean, it's our show.
Yeah. But we're not the ones listening.
That's. I listen to it afterwards to make sure it's okay.
Oh, that's where the views are coming from, huh?
Yeah. I want to be sure that you're not muted again or echoing.
I double-checked. I triple-checked this time. There's no echo. Everything should sound good. I made sure the levels were right.
I just checked my mic just in case. God forbid that happens again. Oh, man. 2 weeks in a row that shit happened. That's not good.
Yeah, no, and then I couldn't talk. Porky Pig over here.
Welcome to the Derp Fest.
Like all of a sudden I turned into a baritone Porky Pig.
It could be worse.
Yeah, that's true.
It definitely could be worse. It just... Oh, it could be $3.9 billion worse.
Starting off already?
Yeah, okay, so my issue is how did they get justify over getting hype over $3.9 billion? I mean, don't get me wrong. I would get hype over $3.9 billion. Or was it $39 billion?
That's a good question.
I didn't say. Either way, I mean, that's cheap. And compared to these big developers' pockets, that's cheap. That's very cheap.
I don't know, because wasn't the buyout of Activision Blizzard 65 million or billion or something like that?
9.7
billion.
Yes.
So I mean, if it was, hold on, let me look this up. You know,
but
we
Microsoft
have internet
is throwing
access
out
right
these
here.
big, huge, over 50 numbers to developers. All PlayStation is just it's, and then we'll talk about it more later because I think it's funny. You know, Nintendo's just sitting back enjoying the show. Whatever popcorn they're eating that they can continue to eat the way they do, I want some.
Okay, so yes, Sony paying $3.6 billion. So
Okay,
now
so
I got to check my math on the other.
So again, like I said, $3 billion compared to 60 something. I can't read that yet.
Here we go. Oh, holy shit. That's a huge difference. I was right. It was $68.7 billion.
I thought they ratted it up to 69.
Well, I mean, it can, but that's not the point. That's a hell of a lot more. But then again, I think the only thing Bungie's got going for them right now is Destiny.
I know they're working on other projects, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean, none that are gaining any kind of traction.
That's true. But I just figured it would be a little bit more than that. Now, granted, Bungie's had it rough. Like, granted, I'm not a fan of the Destiny series at all. I'm not. But they have made great games. They paved the way for Halo to be what it is today. Whether or not, Microsoft and 343 did what they did to do it, Bungie started it all. They had the idea from the get-go.
That's fair.
they are the forefathers of Halo in my eyes. Period. I don't care what anybody else says.
No, that's true.
But they've had it rough. They've had issues when they made Halo. Originally, it was supposed to be a top-down strategy game, and just like their previous games that they made before. Granted, I'm glad that Microsoft pushed them to go another way, but they had control issues with Microsoft. They backed out of Microsoft. They went with Activision. Activision's Activision. We've already had that subject discussed. And then, they couldn't make it solo. My fear is how bad is it going to be with Sony? 'Cause Sony's not the greatest developer or, producer at all either. They've got a huge amount of problems in their backpack that they have dealt with as far as them getting hacked, which hasn't been an issue in a few years now, but them being stingy. They are pretty stingy.
The problem is Sony's gotten to the point where they've decided that exclusives decide who the better console is. So they don't put as much work into the console itself.
Right.
They just make it tolerable to the next generation.
What's the next big game? Don't get me wrong. As a gamer, I want to make sure the next big game is the next big game. I want to be able to be excited and hyped for the next big game over the next big platform. I don't care about the next big platform as much as other gamers because I'm also in not a financial position where I can get the next big platform.
Right, exactly.
And so I'm more worried about the next big game. And that's why I'm glad Microsoft right now is currently continuing on with, making sure that every game that they've released so far and will for the next, I think, 3 years is going to be backwards compatible with the Xbox One as well as the Xbox Series X and S. However, PlayStation is now pushing more of their, PlayStation 5 titles.
Right.
And they're going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
When they're not even making PlayStation 5s currently. They went ahead and put more production into the PS4.
Well, they kind of had to.
Xbox did the opposite.
Well, no,
and they're selling more
production has
Xbox
slowed down
S's.
across the board when it comes to next gen because they don't have a choice.
Well, from my understanding of what I read, Xbox has went ahead and stopped production of the Xbox One and focused more on the X and S production to push more out for the sales. Then again, they have a little bit more leeway too because more people can afford it.
Right. It's not necessarily that. It's that they needed more out there because, it's the whole supply-demand issue. When you've got these issues with supply chains where they can't actually get the parts in to build the things, then you can't push them out. But you still have to find a way to push them out because people actually want to buy this thing. And they've gone so long without being able to push them everywhere, so everybody's dealing with scalpers. They figured, you know what, we got to get something out.
Well, and I can understand that. I finally found an Xbox Series S. I wanted the X so bad. I'm sorry. I like the big, bulky black box that looks like a little mini fridge. I think it's cool looking. And it's got, and that's not just because it looks cool, but it's got a full terabyte built in.
Right.
And, it's not only just digital, it's got the hard disk drive. I'm a disk drive person. I'm sorry. Everyone's like, go digital. Saves backs up in the cloud. I don't care.
Yeah, no, there's something you get out of having a physical copy that you don't get with a digital.
I don't know. And it's very hard to, maybe because I'm old.
Well, it's not just that.
I still do paper checks and I'm only
It's not just that. We grew up in a time where all games were physical.
Oh, yeah.
There were no real digital copies.
The only time we had a digital copy is if we got something on the PC.
Right. But the advantage is we can still go back and play something on the 64 or the GameCube.
For 64 still works.
Right. But, I mean, it still exists. We don't need all these, production companies with all their servers and maintenance to keep the shit online so that we can keep playing it. We just load it up and go.
Yeah. But, like I said, I wanted the Xbox X, but I got the Series S because it was in stock. I was like, fuck it. I just want the new console at this point.
Right.
I've sat back and waited. I've seen the benefits for it. I want it. So I went ahead and bought it. It was cheaper, which was even better. Not even 2 hours later, my neighbor asked me, he goes, do they still have any? Because I want to get one. It's like, they should. I mean, they had like 20 in stock when I asked. He goes up to Walmart, and guess what?
All gone.
All gone.
Yep.
Every single fucking one of them.
I believe it.
And I don't think they've had another one in there since.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
So I'm glad I bought one when I did.
Yeah.
I am so happy that I did. So that's just my little hip hip hooray. I got my new Xbox. I feel bad for my PlayStation because now it's collecting dust. I feel more bad for my friends that I've been playing with on PlayStation for so long. Because it's like, hey, you going to play this with me tonight? Yeah, sure. No. And I end up not playing that game. I don't want to... I don't know why it's so much trouble for me to just... Because I have the PlayStation hooked up. I just got to switch over the HDMI port.
Right. But it's still that
It's so
extra
difficult for me to just reach back there and switch out the HDMI. So much more difficult. And I feel so bad because it's not that hard.
Was that TV only have one HDMI input?
No.
Then why don't you plug them both in?
Oh, well, it's got two. And one of them doesn't work. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's got three. Two of them don't. One of them don't work, and two of them do.
But so I think just plug the PlayStation in.
I think the Switch is plugged into the other one. And the PlayStation and the Xbox are right next to each other. And so I just kind of switch out the HDMI ports between the two consoles.
Oh, that's right. Jules is going to stream on Switch, right?
And I'd rather not be messing with... I don't know. Even though the Switch is so small and compact, it's still big enough to where it's a pain in the ass to move it around because I feel like the Switch is going to fall out of the casing. And you can just pull it out of the dock and it'll be fine. I don't care. That's another extra step that I don't want to do. And then it's like, I'll set the Switch on the couch while I'm trying to put everything together. And then I'll forget that I put it on the couch. And I'm just fucked because now I'm searching the whole house for a Switch that's 10 feet away.
Till your fat ass sits down and crunch.
There goes $500 down the drain. You know what's crazy, though? That's the most expensive fucking console I have bought in my house.
The Switch?
Is the Switch.
Yeah, I guess it does make
I
sense.
paid... So I bought my PS4 brand new. I paid $200 and something for it at GameStop. Now, granted, that was back when GameStop was big.
Right.
Still, and I had...
But that was still quite a while after the PS4 released.
Oh, yeah.
So the price had already gone down by then.
That's the last generation of Xbox, or of PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I used up all my points to get it. And then... So I paid like $200 for that, and then I paid a little under $350 for the Xbox, and I paid $550 for the Nintendo Switch. But that is the current generation for Switch right now, with I think it's a 7-inch screen. It's got the new screen, the micro adaptive Joy-Cons. I mean, the whole nine.
I don't know enough about the Switch. I didn't even know they made other ones except for the Switch
Lite.
Lite.
Is significantly bigger than the previous generations.
Like I knew about the original one that came out. I know about I think it's called the Switch Lite or whatever.
The LTE.
Yeah, whatever it is, where the Joy-Cons are fully attached. They don't come off.
We got those for the kids.
But I didn't know there was another one with a bigger screen.
Oh yeah, there's two of them now. So there's I don't remember what the version's called, but it's all white. It doesn't come with any other colors, and it's got a 8.5-inch screen. The Joy-Cons are a lot bigger. The thumbsticks on the controllers are a lot bigger. The buttons are a lot bigger. I mean, everything is bigger and a lot easier to handle. So, I mean, those Joy-Cons are tiny.
Right.
And then you've got the generation that I bought, which is still newer. It's got a 7.5-inch screen. And the Joy-Cons are the adaptive ones with the adaptive triggers that the PlayStation 5 has and all that. Which is nice. I don't mind it. It's cool. I don't play it, but, well, I play it more than my wife does. But
Till she starts streaming.
Right? Oh.
How's that going, by the way?
I don't know. Ask her. When you get the chance. When she comes back, you can. I don't think it's a... Go follow her. Anybody listening right now, go give her a follow on Twitch. Jules Plays. She needs the help. I need the help. Kaz needs the help. We all three need the help. But go follow her. She's actually a lot better at streaming than I am.
Although I won't be mad if nobody follows me yet. I have 0 content. 0. It's an empty channel.
Well, you're not going to do Twitch, are you?
No, I think I'm just going to do YouTube.
Fair enough. Well, she's doing Twitch. She wants to do YouTube, which I don't know why. At this point, she's done so much on Twitch already, and she's got no content on YouTube. And we're having such a struggle with that right now. I'm not even worried about it.
I thought you guys were going to record something.
We are. I think something soon, but still, it's such a struggle to get done. Because what if it doesn't work? And then we're just SOL anyway.
Well, what if isn't going to help anything? You got to try to do it.
I never said we weren't going to try.
You said you were going to try last week.
And then we got sick. Man,
Excuses.
I'm telling you, the kids had those school days. They all got sick. And then Julie got sick.
Your kids were out of school all week, too?
Yes. All of Wichita, all of Goddard, all of Hayesville, Derby. I think even Hutch shut down. Yeah, it was bad. But they all got sick. They decided to stay home and get sick. No, not COVID-19, thank God. But still, it was horrible. We all had a 24-hour bug because it was Hayden, then Caden got it, and then the next one got it, and then the next one got it, and then the next one got it, and then Friday I decided to have Taco Bell, and I got food poisoning, so I kind of got it.
Smooth.
Oh my gosh, man, it was horrible. I came home from work, had Taco Bell for dinner after going shopping.
To be fair, food poisoning or not, Taco Bell still puts you on the pot.
Yeah, that's true. But we went to bed, like, not even 2 hours after eating, we went to bed. And then I'm screaming at Julie. I said, get me a bowl. She said, what? I said, I'm going to get sick. Get me a bowl. Go to the toilet. You're yelling at me. I was like, I promise you, if I stand up, I'm puking all over the bed. Go get me a bowl. And I was up all night long. It was horrible.
Fun.
I don't want to go through that again. Bad sour cream, guys. Check your sour cream packets.
See, I that's a problem I have. I don't get sour cream from fast food places if I can help it. I just keep sour cream at home and use that. Because then I know it's good.
I mean, I'll get it if it's prepackaged. Like, if you go like to Taco Shop and you ask for sour cream, they'll give you the little packets of sour cream. And then you can check the date on it. And then you know for a fact that it's good or if it's bad.
Unless it hasn't been refrigerated.
That's true. Well, normally you can tell if it's fucking cold or not.
Well, no, I mean if it's taken out and left out and then put back in the fridge.
That's true.
Then nobody knows that it's spoiled.
You never know until you try it. And give it a try.
See, I worked for a pizza place. I won't mention them, and they'll probably respect that because they wouldn't want me specifically to mention them. But
I don't want you to specifically to mention it.
But anyways, I did that once. There was something I got out of the walk-in, some kind of sauce, and I forgot and left it out. And I didn't realize how long it was that it was out when I put it back in the walk-in.
You would do some shit like that.
Well, no, to be fair, I didn't go and just leave it there. I was doing something, and I realized what time it was because when I had taken it out, it was actually a friend of mine that showed up, and they wanted something, so I got it out. And then somewhere down the line, I looked at the clock. I had some reason to. I just don't remember what it was. It's been years at this point. And I was like, oh, shit. Nobody can eat that anymore. I got to go get it before they serve it to someone. So I got it out. I tried to fix my fucking mistake, but you can't expect everybody to have that kind of awareness. I almost didn't.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't even have that kind of awareness. You would be that person.
I didn't do it on purpose.
I bet you didn't.
And I cleaned up after myself.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
It's not the reason I got fired, but, you know.
Oh, that's... God, I can't believe you would do that. You're usually correcting everybody else.
With, like, spelling and grammar.
It's the same concept.
No, it's not.
How can you not correct yourself?
I did correct myself.
You didn't.
Yes, I went back in the walk-in. I grabbed it out and just hoped that nobody ordered it in the meantime.
I wonder how many people you got fucking sick.
I don't fucking know. I choose not to think about it.
He goes, they're desperate out of my hands if I don't know about it.
Well, I can almost guarantee you none of them are dead.
Yes.
Well, at least not from that.
Lingering illnesses that they already had before you got them even more sick.
Hey, if they had pre-existing conditions, then that's not my fault.
Fucker shouldn't have been out to begin with.
Can't blame death on bad sauce.
You can't blame death on bad video games, though.
Yeah, you can. You can blame death of a company, death of a game on bad game.
I don't know. Honestly, I think PlayStation's going to die soon. I really do. And I hate to say it because I grew up playing Sony games and PlayStation. My first console was a PlayStation 1.
Same here.
So I'm like, God, if all that dies out, there goes my childhood.
See, I still have my PlayStation 1.
I don't.
I just need new cables for it.
My dad decided to pawn it after the divorce.
Aw. See, I know
God, that was years ago.
I know the console itself is still in good condition, but the cords got kind of tore up by moving around a lot.
Right.
So, if I can find new cables, I still got a working PS1.
Well, and see, most of the games, and that's what I saw a meme the other day. I think I shared it with you, where it was.
You mean the one that's already on the screen?
Is that the one that you have? I can't. That's so fucking tiny. Yeah, that one.
Only on your screen.
That one. That meme. Fucking hilarious.
It's been up for a while now.
So fucking true. That is so fucking true.
But I mean, that's basically the God. Porky Pig is back.
I'm gonna have you in today, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do the that's all, folks. You're doing it.
You know what you're gonna do?
Your mom
bite me.
Get bent.
Anyways, this meme it literally sums up the entirety of the console wars for anyone older than
25.
Well, no, maybe not 25. Maybe like the age of 18.
I get it. Okay, yeah, because my brother is 23. He was right there at the end of I would say the end of Sony's height, and when Xbox started to take over. So, yeah. Yeah, I would say anybody over the age of 18, this would affect more than anybody. God, I'm old.
Well, I mean, because back then it was just, oh, I can afford this because I don't need a giant fucking PC rig to play this cool game. I'm going to go get it. Oh, they've got another one? And I can buy that one too? Okay, I'll do that. And now I have both. And I can enjoy both games, and that's okay.
And then the PlayStation 2 came out, and it's like, oh, I can enjoy these movies and music.
Well, no, it's not even about that. It evolved into, oh, now this one console only has, or is the only place that has this library instead of just this limited selection that was exclusives. Yeah. So now this other one's got to have another library of exclusives. So now you got to buy even more expensive consoles to play these new games that you can only get on those consoles. And then it gets further where it's more expensive and there's more games that you can only get on those fucking consoles. And it fucking sucks.
I remember when the console wars was just Nintendo and Sony.
And nobody
paid attention to Sega back then. The only thing that we paid attention to,
they were still there.
They were there, but they were making better games than they were consoles.
Well, Sega's problem was they tried to diversify the consoles instead of the games themselves. Yeah. So they came out with all these different consoles and different attachments and all this other shit that you could buy to play certain games instead of just going, hey, we'll just do an all-in-one, and you can play all of the games on this one thing.
But I mean, still, they weren't important enough for anybody to pay attention. Hell, I remember even getting the gaming magazines when I was a kid, and it would just be Nintendo and Sony, or in the one magazine that I got at least, and then you can buy Sega's, or not Sega's, you can buy Sony's magazine that they released just for their console and the games that they were releasing, and then Nintendo had, what was theirs called? I never got it. I never had a subscription for it. But they always released their magazine every month, and they had...
Nintendo Power?
Yeah, the Nintendo Power. I mean, and...
God, we're old.
Yeah, right? But, I mean, it had everybody's... the one magazine I had, it just mentioned Nintendo and Sony. At least until the Xbox came out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Microsoft had a huge advantage, though, being experienced in building PCs.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Sony kind of diversified. They had other stuff that they worked on, too. But as far as the gaming division, the PlayStation was pretty much it.
Yeah. But, I mean, still, it's wild for us. I should say, for people our age. So us. Yes, I'm including everybody listening that's within our age range. To see this all unfold, and then you go out in the open, in the public, and then you see kids talking about it. It's like you don't even realize the hype we went through at our age. Well, when we were your age, you guys don't even know the half of it.
Right.
Yeah, our childhood is ruined. Just give us exclusives. No, bucket. You know what? The only thing I'm really mad about Microsoft right now.
What's that?
Almost every game that they have released, if it includes multiplayer, they are really stuck. They're really stuck on allowing the developer to have so many microtransactions. And I'm a bitch about Halo a little bit more today.
See, I get why people are frustrated with microtransactions. Like, I do. I don't want to spend more money, blah, blah, blah. But I understand the necessity, and I'm never going to take that out on...
I'm not saying that microtransactions are a complete bad thing. But, and again, I'm a bitch at Halo here a little bit more. I love the new Halo multiplayer. I really do. I'm enjoying it. I haven't had any issues with it as far as gameplay goes. It runs super smooth. I'm having fun. But the thing that I feel is being taken away from me as a core player is I'm working my ass off to unlock armors. I remember back in the day, and I mentioned it in my stream, I think it was this week or last week, that, you know, I miss working my ass off for a certain armor piece. But now I feel like I'm paying for that armor piece. Now, granted...
Oh, we talked about in the test stream.
That's right, yeah.
With Tristan.
Hello
again, Tristan, if you're still there.
I bought a battle pass to get it. I'm not... like, granted, there's some of them in there that you can get for free if you don't buy the battle pass. But I still feel like I'm paying for everything.
I mean, in a way...
That's not Halo to me. I mean, I get people, and there's more people out there bitching about, oh, well, all these challenges are here, and it makes it harder for other players to get it. And it's like, the challenges have always been there.
Yeah, but the difference is you used to be able to choose your game type.
Right.
Now they randomize the list, and you can just choose one of those that's on the list and just hope that it's one of the game types that you need to complete those challenges.
You can get to the other game types. I can scroll down and go to Team Slayer. I can go to Free For All. I can go to Fiesta. I can go to Ranked Arena. I can go to Oddball. I don't have to go to Quick Play. They've changed that. That's there. You can pick and choose.
I don't know. I'd have to look again. But
I was doing it Saturday.
When I played it, I guess not the last time. It was really the only time I played it for a couple hours. When I played it, because it was before the launch of Infinite's campaign. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to play SWAT, I'd have to load up a Slayer playlist and just wait for SWAT to show up.
No, that's there. It's tactical. It's now considered tactical now. It's not SWAT. It's Tactical Slayer. And it's with just battle rifles. I think it's stupid. Whatever. But it's all there. Now, granted, Slayer has... if you jump into Team Slayer, it's got its own... you're right. You have to load into Slayer and you get different Slayer matches.
Yeah.
But the challengers are set up to where as long as you're in the Slayer playlist, the Team Slayer playlist, you can get. They've changed the challenges now to where that challenge, because it just says play in Team Slayer. So all you have to do is go to the Team Slayer category. It's just Team Slayer. It's different versions of it, different maps, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't even really talking about the challenges at that point. I just wanted to play SWAT.
Right. Well, it's now Tactical Slayer. It's battle rifles, headshots only. I mean, you could like in SWAT. You
But
still do body shots to
that's
kill
still
him.
not really SWAT though. SWAT is snipers and pistols. That's it.
Everybody's saying, "Oh, snipers with SWAT." I don't remember ever playing SWAT with snipers.
They didn't even have the battle rifle when SWAT came out.
I
It was the DMR.
don't remember it right, but still, that's not a sniper.
But a DMR isn't a burst.
It's a tactical rifle. Sorry, I'm not trying to. I get what you're saying, but the battle rifle is a tactical rifle as well. But I don't ever remember playing SWAT with snipers. Not even in Halo 5. I don't remember it.
See, when it came to Halo 5, I mainly just played Warzone because I love firefight.
Fair.
I didn't really branch out into the
That's
other
coming,
game types.
The new Halo Infinite.
It fucking
this year.
better.
This
I'm
year,
so
it's-
tired of people getting pissed off and saying that firefight doesn't need to exist. It all has to be competitive PvP, blah, blah, fucking bullshit. I don't care.
think
I
it's
like
coming-
fighting the Covenant enemies. I like fighting all the enemies in Halo.
Probably won't be until they release, maybe either when they release Forge or after they release Forge, because I know they're trying to. There's something with Forge that they're really hype about, and that they've actually.
Well, Forge is
extended it.
coming with Season 2.
Yeah, but they've even extended it till late Season 2.
Oh, that's going to piss a lot of people off.
There's something that they're doing, and they haven't said what. And I think this is the Forge to end all Forges, which I'm hoping for. I mean, granted, Forge has been great. I love being able to make my own maps. I don't know how much better you can make Forge. Now, granted, I take that back. There's a lot of ways you can make Forge better. You can give me all the pieces from the previous games. I hated Halo 5's Forge. I really did. Because there wasn't many pieces. I
mean, it was
feel
different.
There was enough pieces that I could use to make my own
They had a
maps.
ton of shit. You could build a child's room that's fucking gigantic and play as a little like Lego Spartan.
Right. But no,
There was a ton of options, a ton of customizability.
Right.
But you just have to actually take the time to go through it all.
But
Plus, it works a lot better on PC.
and I didn't even like the Forge map. I don't know, it just felt weird.
I don't know.
Like they had the Forge world map. So like Reach when they first released.
Yeah, I know. Each game has its own specific,
Right.
like Forge Island or whatever,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen the one for Halo 5. I didn't go through it.
It's an island. It's on a Halo. It's either on Halo. Well, no, it would technically be the planet, whatever it was. Prometheus?
No.
What was the planet in Halo? No. Yeah, it was.
No, you're talking about Halo 4,
Right. No,
and
Halo-
the
I
planet
think-
was Requiem.
Yeah. Halo 5 had.
Halo
was
5
on
took
a
place
Halo.
on multiple planets,
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
it
pretty sure
was-
Forge was on a Halo.
It was it was the empty moon planet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it was. I'll have to look, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Either way, I didn't like it. It felt way too empty for a Forge mode, for a Forge world. I miss Halo Reach's Forge world because there was so many different environments you can build in. So
Yeah,
many
but their
different environments
default
you can
Forge
build
Island was
in. Big spire in the middle of the fucking ocean.
okay, but I mean, still, their default Forge Island or whatever it was called.
Are you talking about for Reach, right?
Yeah, it had its own specific terrain that you had to work around. There were all kinds of limits because of that.
It was always on
Like
the Halo. Like you can go to an area that was an exact replica of Blood Gulch, and then
Yeah, if you chose to load up different ones, but
no,
if you
could
chose
go
to
on
use
the whole island and fly all the way from because they started you out in that hangar bay, whenever you loaded into Forge World, and then you can turn into a monitor and fly all the way out to Blood Gulch, fly all the way out to Spire Island, which was and it was right next to the bay, or to the hangar bay, and it was just a spire.
See, you and I are
And then there
remembering
was
something
an island in the
completely
middle.
different.
I could load it up right now.
No, you can't.
The fuck I can't. We can go
how
it up right now.
Our microphones are not in there, buddy. We're doing a live show.
YouTube.
Because I'm telling you, the origin or that Forge Island that they had, or whatever it was called, because I can't fucking remember. I'm pretty sure it's Forge Island, but saying it makes it sound wrong. But it was just like the other multiplayer maps, where you've got this kill box around you, keeping it pretty contained, and yeah, you could pretty much build whatever you wanted, but you still had to build it within the terrain. So anywhere that there's hills, anywhere there's shit sticking out of the ground, you got to deal with that. So if it's more, or if it's going to be more empty and open or what have you, that I feel like that's more beneficial. I can't see that very well. I'm not wearing prescription glasses, dude. Yeah.
Okay,
that's not very big at all.
So let me show you. You see that thing right there at the top?
Yeah, I know you can go to the hangar bay. I know you can go to the hangar.
You see that spire right there? Right behind the map of the island? That's Forge Spire.
No, I don't see it.
Okay, well, here's a better picture. So, this is the Forge Spire that I'm talking about. There's your Forge Island. Right back there is...
And you can't go any further than that.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
20-1, you can.
You cannot go any further than that.
Please. Please do. Please do.
I'll do it.
Okay, good. I hope you do. And I'm going to prove you wrong, just like I proved you wrong when it comes to Dragon Ball Z.
No, fucking stop it. That's not what we fought about. We're not going back to that again.
Oh, God. I can't wait to prove you wrong. This is going to be so glorious.
Well, anyone who's confused about that, you have to go back to episode 1. It's somewhere in the middle of it. I tried to explain that Josh is dumb.
Go to TikTok. Follow Kid Plays.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The whole fight.
Fucking have.
The whole fight is on TikTok because I forgot to actually clip out the things that I was looking at the other day to put on TikTok. But whatever.
You're wrong. And I'm going to...
Here's the summary. Here's the summary. Kid thinks that we fought about something. We didn't fight about something. We fought about something else, and that's what our fight has been ever since. There you go. There's the Cliff Notes.
Call me tonight when you're wrong. I want an official apology.
That requires me to pick up the phone.
I'm going to record that shit. I want it recorded.
Of course, this also requires me to remember by the time I make it home.
Oh, I will text you nonstop. I will blow your phone up. Did you check it yet? Did you check it yet? Did you check it yet? Tristan now has you on Xbox, or at least knows your Xbox gamer tag. He's going to call you on Xbox even. Did you check it yet? Did you check it yet?
I don't think Tristan's even here to hear this.
Don't care. He'll jump
I told him hi, and he didn't say hi back, so either he's not here or he's just mean to me.
I haven't even seen how many viewers we have. Hold on.
No, I can't see the view count at all. I don't think it's on the screen.
Are you on Twitch? You're the one on Twitch.
Huh? No, I'm not.
I thought you had it loaded up on your phone.
Nope. We have a Twitch viewer.
Hi,
Twitch viewer. Type in chat. Tell us hello.
And we got one on YouTube?
Give you a shout out. I don't know. I can't see the YouTube view count.
No, excuse me. I burped. That was gross. I want you to call me. I want an apology, an official apology. I'm sorry, Josh. You were right.
It's not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Because I remember, I don't remember when it was, but I remember that we were playing in Forge. It was at your apartment.
I mean, yeah, there's a kill box in Forge.
It limits you on how far you can go. And I'm pretty sure it's not too far past that little area you just showed me.
You can go all the places.
So you've got that little island, you've got the hangar bay, and you've got that somewhat island thing that's
then there was a cove
up on a pile of rocks or whatever.
I remember somebody rebuilt, was it called Solace from Halo 3?
Yeah.
The winter, yeah. Somebody rebuilt the Solace map in Cove, and that was one of the, anytime you would load up into Infected, that was the map you'd go to. Like I said, then they had the reproduction of Blood Gulch, the ocean, the Spire, because somebody actually remade Spire on that pillar. The Spire map, where it was just the big circle dome, and the Spire is kind of, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't wait to prove you wrong. You're going to feel so stupid.
Yeah, because what you showed me in that picture wasn't Spire. It was just a little piece of land that was
but that's where they built it.
Towered up off of the water.
But it was called Spire Island. That's what everybody called it.
I didn't.
Oh, I can't wait to prove you wrong. I'm actually looking if I see if somebody has a top-down map of it. You had pinpoints. While I'm looking up that, you go over your pinpoints of today's topic.
Those are written on my other laptop. Hold on, I sent it to you. Let me see if I can find them in Messenger.
Did you?
Yeah. That's how I showed you. That's how you know. Where's my list? There it is. Yeah, I typed it out on the Surface because that's what I was working with at the time. Because we were talking about console wars for a little bit, just for a second, and then Taco Bell, and then sauces at a pizza place.
Yeah, sauces.
And probably something else that I don't remember. Oh.
See, I specifically remember how big that Forge World was in Reach because I remember somebody made a Rocket Goose map that circled the whole Forge World. God, that was the thing. Here I am reminiscing about old.
But I mean, it's not hard to make those seem bigger than they are because you can have those ramps floating anywhere you want.
That's true.
So you can have a track that's literally like 50 miles long just around that one little spit of land. You're not giving up on this.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God. You have to do it live?
Yep. I want everybody to know how wrong you are.
We can't even show them if I am. Your phone's not connected to the stream.
I don't have to have it connected to the stream. They can look it up themselves and be like,
but then you're not proving
Kaz is wrong too. I will let them know which video I'm looking up as soon as I find it.
And see, once you prove me right, you can't prove that I'm right. Because your phone's not connected to the stream.
I don't care. This was posted 11 years ago.
Yeah, and it sounded like it had copyrighted music. Way to go.
That was an ad. Go fuck yourself.
Hey,
I don't have
people
YouTube
that run
Premium anymore. Leave me alone.
The people that run ads could probably pay for copyrighted music. We can't. So I guess
this was even posted by Bungie.
Ooh. We can't show them what we're watching. This does nothing for people listening.
Hold on, I'll give you the title here, everybody. It's Halo Reach VDoc Forge World. It's posted by Bungie 11 years ago. It's got 1.5 million views.
Okay.
Okay. This is
that views is not like square kilometers.
This is the trailer for Forge World for Halo Reach.
Too much. You can't keep it all in your head at once. It was so beyond our...
I see waterfalls. I see a person with a white background. I see more waterfalls. Cameras rotating ever so slowly. And there's an island. Oh, and there's a title. The title's Halo Reach with a Bungie logo. And a person again with another white background. Oh, he's placing something. Oh, he's placing something else.
Fuck you.
I'm commentating. Well, anyways, you skip through the video, but try to hold a conversation at the same time. Exclusives and live services. Back to the console wars thing that we were going to talk about.
Go on.
So we already kind of touched on exclusives and how they're fucking dog shit and ruin the industry by making people buy more shit to play the shit instead of just letting everyone buy everything no matter what they're playing on.
We're going to play Halo Reach tonight. I'm going to fuck you up. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Is Halo Reach's Forge World in the Master Chief Collection?
It should be Reach's part of Master Chief Collection.
Okay, cool. I've got a lot of deleting to do. No, because I'm gonna go buy.
Although I'm pretty sure you have to. I'm pretty sure you have to buy it separately.
I thought Reach was included in. No, it's included in Game Pass.
Okay, well then that way you'll get it free.
Okay, cool. I'll just download it as soon as I get, because I haven't downloaded Master Chief Collection yet because I don't have enough fucking space for a 512 gigabyte hard drive.
Well, you were gonna run out of even more when the fucking Ultimate Edition for ARC.
I know. I'm
makes
just
it to
gonna
Game
delete
Pass.
ARC that I have now,
No!
and then I'm gonna re-download ARC, the Ultimate Edition.
You don't need to do that. All it's gonna do is add the other maps.
I don't have to re-download the actual edition.
No,
Oh, okay. Then I'll just do that.
because the only thing you're missing is the later expansion pack.
I'm still gonna delete it from the actual game or console, and then I'm gonna move it to the extended hard, because I'm getting that extended hard drive today.
Okay, then
Okay.
why don't you just go into the storage and move it instead of re-downloading it and
Because
making
your
your
mom, leave me alone.
and making
Get
your
bent.
console work for like 6
Get bent.
hours downloading that.
You know, I'm
fucking
gonna tell
game.
you what I told my son the other day. Prison dick. Prison dick. Just deal with it.
So what was that thing about parenting that you said in episode 1?
Prison dick.
Any whore.
Any whore.
So live services, fuck exclusives. It's done. People need funding. Yeah. They go to the
Yeah,
studios.
just
Whatever.
Exclusives are cool and all, but
No, they're not. They're not. I understand why they're necessary. Like I know why these people go to the platforms to try to get more funding so that they can make their better game. But then to only have it locked to that console just to be a dick, that's dumb. And I don't care who's doing it. Like, it's one thing for Nintendo, because who wants to play the DS Pokemon games on an Xbox?
Right.
It's not built for that. Those games are specifically built for 2 screens on a DS.
yeah.
You can't really do it any other way. So that's fine. Nintendo's got their own thing. They make it work with the hardware that they make themselves. But when it comes to Sony and Microsoft with the PlayStation and the Xbox,
Something they both share similar hardware and software. Believe it or not, they do.
yeah.
Or we wouldn't be able to play
Well,
games
it's
like Warzone together.
it's just
and
like
things
a
that.
it's just like a little plug and play thing that
Yeah.
you get from Walmart or wherever, the
So
little
what-
novelty
I mean,
things. You plug it
the-
into your screen, you play the fucking game.
The only difference between the two consoles is either the type of drive that they use, which again is still compatible with the other as far as online services go.
Yeah.
And well, I shouldn't say online, but as far as game services go, the games that can be played on them are the same. They're compatible with each fucking game. I can get a Sony exclusive Gears of War and God of War. Something that just popped in my head. I'm sorry, guys, if that's not your favorite game, whatever. I don't like either one. But they're 2 games that can
They both
run
used to be
on-
good.
I bet you I can port God of War to... Somebody actually has, I think. Has ported God of War to the Microsoft servers for Xbox X and S. 20 to 1. I could do the same thing for Gears of War on a PlayStation.
Well, yeah.
They might have different hardware or hard drive or different drives to play their games, but I bet you each one is compatible.
Well, yeah.
fucking
Well,
cares
it
about
it goes even further than that. Look at the controllers.
Yeah, that too.
You've got 2 joysticks. Now, granted, one of them's in a slightly different spot compared to the other.
One
And
of them
then
right
you-
next to each other, the other one are a little bit separate.
Right. And then other than that, you've got some buttons that are labeled differently. Other than they're the exact same fucking thing. I don't get why people are so gung ho about exclusives and all this bullshit when it doesn't matter. It's just causing this bigger divide
At
and
this
making people
point-
lose more money.
At this point, so we've established that the console wars are at this point are between Sony and Xbox, or PlayStation and Xbox.
Pretty much.
PC Master Race, kiss my ass. I don't give a shit. This is not about PC. I would prefer
Well,
to have
this conversation's not about
right.
PC.
Don't get me wrong. I'd love to have my own built PC. That'd be awesome.
But not everybody can afford that.
Right,
Which
that
is
and
why
which-
consoles exist in the first place.
But it's one of those things. They're exactly the same. And the only thing that matters at this point is online services, because Microsoft and Sony, they're not developers like Nintendo, like you said. They're not. Nintendo has these games that they can keep exclusive forever. That's what makes Nintendo Nintendo. And I think
But Nintendo
everybody
has
can
a different
agree.
market. They're not.
That's true too. But I think we can all agree that what makes Nintendo is the fact that they're Nintendo.
Yeah.
And Microsoft and Sony can't say that about themselves. They can't. They have so many third-party developers making games for them that are making the same games for the other fucking party.
Right.
Call of Duty's I hate that I always bring up Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty, I do, but I'm not as big a fan as everybody else is.
Well, they deserve the recognition they get.
They do, because they're such a big title.
Yeah.
I mean,
they didn't get that way by doing nothing.
Right. But I can play both on both consoles.
Right.
And so exclusives at this point are just minute. Because, again, they're not Nintendo. And I think it's funny. I saw another meme where Xbox and PlayStation were fighting, and Nintendo's was just with popcorn, and I'm like, what kind of popcorn are they eating that they could just continuously eat without getting tired of it? Because I want some of that.
No, they probably got just like different flavor butter they put in every bowl. But I don't know. I feel like, and I know this is going to sound really, really biased, but I feel like it's Sony's fault. Not for no reason.
Oh, no, you're right. And it's not just with their consoles either. They're doing it with their movies, their TV shows. It is. It's Sony's fault because, and we can't just, and they're proving it again by their TV shows and their movies. They're having so many problems with Marvel right now. They're having so many problems with.
Well, Sony's just the Spider-Man movies when it comes to Marvel.
It's not just the Spider-Man movies we've had issues with, though.
Well, no, but that's not what I mean. I'm talking about a different kind of issue.
But it's still the stingy issue. It's because they're. Let me explain myself then. It's because they're stingy.
Yes.
They're very stingy. And that is the problem.
Well, they're stingy and they're greedy. You've got Microsoft on one side who's willing to work with Nintendo any chance that they get when it comes to like cross-platform, working together, making sure players can play together no matter what they're on.
I mean, I don't know how many. I was looking through Game Pass the other day, and I seen Doom 64 on there, and I'm like, huh. Well, that makes sense. They just bought out Bethesda not too long ago, but it's a 64 title. It's a Nintendo title. It was ported specifically for Nintendo. Why didn't they?
Although, to be fair, I think they added the entire Doom collection.
Yes, they did. But still, I mean, Doom 64 was just Doom 1 ported for the Nintendo. That's what that's what was it Gearbox back then? That made it? No. What was the developer? I know it I'm just going to continue to say that it was Bethesda because Bethesda is still the parent company at this point.
Right.
Well,
that's fair.
They're one of the parent companies because Bethesda has their own parent
For some reason, I want to say Obsidian, but I don't think that's right.
It might have been. No, id Software's. id Software.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm going to just continue to say Bethesda because it's still owned by Bethesda.
Yeah,
it's better than trying to remember id Software's every fucking time I speak.
Right, and it makes sure we're accurate, just in case we're wrong.
But id Software wanted to expand from the PC, which again was technically Doom was a Microsoft title, and they wanted to port outward towards the consoles. Nintendo was the only one willing to pick it up at the time. And so they released it for the 64. Surprisingly great reviews, and it sold really well. But that port, I guess I'm just being bothered by it that they're kind of calling it Doom 64 on the Game Pass because it's a 64 port. Hear me out.
You've got a port of a port.
Cool. Just release Doom. Call it. Don't say it's Doom 64. But it comes back to how much Microsoft and Nintendo have worked together.
Yeah,
and
well, plus, it's not only that. I don't know how much behind the scenes is actually different between the original and the 64 port. There may be some technical...
That's it.
There may be some technical aspects that actually make a difference.
Less score.
Well, either way.
And that was it.
Either way, having that label on there most likely means because they're using that technical aspect instead of the original.
But what I'm getting at is it's not the only one that's on there that has a 64 title to it. It's not. I don't remember what other one there was. Doom's the only one that reached my attention because it's one that I've played. But there's other 64 ports from or I should say, other games that were shared with Nintendo back in the day that have been ported over to Xbox Game Pass that I can play on my Xbox. There is, what's another example, and this is more of online services and stuff like that, is I think it was either 2019 or 2018. Somebody had made a petition to make a game crossplay, and it got filed. It went through. Xbox said, yes, let's do it.
I think it was Minecraft.
Was it? I don't think so. It was.
Because you're talking about one that went with crossplay, Microsoft and Nintendo, and then it took a while because Sony didn't want to do it.
Specifically because it wasn't a Nintendo game. It wasn't a game that Nintendo had out whatsoever. It wasn't a game that they were interested in. We've never seen previous installments for it on Nintendo. I don't think it was called.
Minecraft doesn't have previous installments. It's just Minecraft.
No, I would say it was something else. I don't remember. It was neither here nor there. But Nintendo or Microsoft was like, yeah, let's do it. I am completely okay. And this isn't the first time it's happened. Microsoft has always been okay with let us work with Sony. And Sony's like, no, because it's not profitable.
Right.
How the fuck is it not profitable?
Well, it's not as much profitable to Sony because they have to share the profit.
You're going to 20-1, it'll be way more profitable to Sony if they allowed it. You know how? Because think about it this way. If I say I didn't start on Sony platforms, I was strictly Xbox or strictly Nintendo, and I heard Sony was like, "Oh yeah, we're okay with doing this crossplay. We're going to offer the same game that Microsoft has, and we're going to port it to a PlayStation. We're going to make an online service towards PlayStation and Xbox. You guys are going to be able to chat. You're going to be." I'm sure that they would have sold so many more PlayStations on those words alone.
I mean, maybe.
People would have been like, they're doing something right. Let us support them more. Gamers are willing to support you if you're willing to support them.
Right.
That's where it all comes down to it. If you want support, give the support.
Even the things they try to do right have bad optics. Look at, just like this meme, right? You've got the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Now, what does that tell you just on its face, knowing that Microsoft is buying them and that they're paying this much for it?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, if you know anything about the gaming industry as a whole right now, you know that this means they're going to solve all the financial problems that this AAA developer had.
Oh, true.
They're going to shuffle up the leadership to make sure everything's back in working order, and they're going to put money back into the titles that were what gamers really wanted to see.
We're already getting confirmed a new, weird to say, we're getting confirmed a new Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, it's not about that. It's not about that.
It's these other properties that originally Sony properties started out as Sony and Sega properties, and now being treated better because Sony has been too stingy or too greedy to go back and be like, all right, let's give them the respect they deserve.
Well, even still, it's not about that. You have to look at it from like a Diablo perspective, right? Because what was Activision Blizzard doing with Diablo?
I don't know. I haven't touched on Diablo in so long.
They pushed off Diablo 4 and didn't even release the trailer until they realized that Diablo Immortal...
I haven't seen that trailer yet.
Until they realized that Diablo Immortal pissed everybody off. They weren't going to announce Diablo 4 when they announced it.
What was Diablo Immortal?
Diablo Immortal was the mobile game that they made because mobile games take over the market when you factor in China into the gaming sphere.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, the reason why that happens is because they've got millions upon millions of people who will play all mobile games instead of any other kind of game, and they're factoring that into stuff like PC and console gaming when it's a different market entirely. When you put them all together, it looks like, yeah, everybody loves mobile games because look how many are being played. Look how much money is being funneled into it by the players. Except those people, by and large, don't play console games. So that doesn't help anyone. Instead, now we've got this new title, which is not an actual sequel. It's just something they kind of rushed out the door if you look at the UI because it was copied from something else. and just reskinned to be a Diablo game. But other than that, it's the exact same fucking thing. They pushed that out. Nobody wanted it. Everybody got pissed off, and rightfully so, because that's what Activision Blizzard thinks the gaming market wants. Microsoft comes in to save the day. Maybe we'll actually get a legitimate Diablo 4. Who knows? Not the point. The point is, they're saving these guys from committing career suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And bringing back all the stuff that gamers love to the gamers themselves. Now look at it from Sony's point of view. Buying Bungie. What problems did Bungie have?
A lot. They weren't getting enough. Well, I know right now they're still not getting
Diablo
enough
2 is one of the biggest games on the planet. What problems do they have?
None.
Exactly. They paid drops in the bucket compared to Microsoft for a company that they don't have to bail out just so that they could have exclusive titles. Tell me that's not fucking just... Tell me that's not some kind of greedy, stingy asshole just trying to be a greedy, stingy asshole.
They are.
But
they're stingy.
It's even further than that. The Sony leadership, look at Spider-Man No Way Home. Here's the perfect example. Do you know how it's coming to Disney Plus?
It's not.
No, it's not. What it's going to do is they're going to go through literally every other streaming service that they can, one by one.
I think it's
Sony...
Hulu?
No, Hulu's later.
Oh.
But they're going through the whole circuit, anyone that they can have a contract with, so that they can get money from literally everyone, and then it's going to Disney Plus after all of that. Because when it goes there, it has to stay there, and it won't be... They can't put it anywhere else. It's got to be exclusive to there with the rest of the MCU.
They don't even have... what was the other one? I don't even have the last Spider-Man movie on Disney Plus yet.
Far From Home?
I don't think it's on there.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't think so.
I could have sworn I saw it the other day. Oh, we got our first bot of the day.
Hello, bot.
They're not even watching. The view count won't go up.
How are you? Are you an earner? Does that help?
Early. Oh, you know what? I'll be fair. Either you're a bot or you have a very unfortunate name. Which some people do. It's okay.
It happens. Hold on. I'm pulling up Disney Plus here. Because I'm pretty sure Homecoming is not on Disney Plus.
So, I mean, I don't just say that I think this is Sony's fault because I like Microsoft games. I think it's Sony's fault because I think it's legitimately Sony's fault.
Let's see.
And if memory serves, they've bought out more companies than anyone else, getting more exclusives than anyone else in order to keep this train going.
Which phase was Homecoming?
I don't know. Homecoming was right after Civil War.
Yeah, it's not on... Fucking... The first Spider-Man movie is not even on Disney Plus.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at it right now in chronological order.
Why don't you just search Spider-Man?
I did. Nothing showed up except for all the animated TV shows and shit. Yeah, it's not even on here. Let's see here. They go from Civil War to Black Widow, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, or Ant-Man and Wasp, Infinity War, Endgame, and then Loki, What If, WandaVision, so on and so forth. Even if I go to the Phase 1 video movies, nothing.
Well, of course it's not going to be in Phase 1.
Yeah, there, and then Phase 3, which would have been Civil War, there's nothing there. What is this?
What is what? I can't see your screen.
The one-shot Team Thor, Part 1.
Oh, it's a bunch of promos that they did for a Thor movie.
Oh, I didn't know that did the thing.
Yeah. It's basically what Thor was doing during the events of Civil War because he wasn't there. He had a roommate and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
It had some funny moments.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Who?
Oh, I'm scrolling through Facebook. Somebody said Alice in Chains is so much better than Nirvana.
I don't know if I'd say better. I'd put them about at the same
they're
level.
Right there, par with each other. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think I could choose one or the other.
Those two.
Well, you can compare them because they're pretty, like you said, they're on the same level.
Comparable.
So, anyways, I think we talked about exclusives enough. Live services. Did you hear that there's a giant push for Microsoft to end Live Gold?
It would make sense. And hear me out.
Well, hold on. Before you say anything, that's what players want. There's been no confirmation, no 100% confirmation from anybody at Microsoft that that's ever going to happen.
Well, and see, here's my thing with it, is it would make sense to get rid of it. And I'm not saying I'm pushing for it, because I didn't even know that was a thing until you just said that. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate includes online services, which Xbox Live Gold.
Not everybody wants Game Pass.
That's fair. But it's $14 or $15 a month.
Okay.
And includes all of it, including cloud gaming.
Yeah.
It would make sense to just add, if you're gonna sell something that cheap, it's great. Granted, it's monthly, bases to $180 a year. When you see it, look at it that way, yeah, that's a lot of money to be spending a year when you can go to PlayStation and spend $50 for a year and get their PlayStation Plus. But you got to think of the broad perspective. Whenever you get the Ultimate Edition, their Ultimate package comes with Live, Game Pass, and cloud gaming, $15 a month, $180 a year. But what if if they're gonna do something like that? Why don't you just get rid of Live and include it all in one package? Call it the Live bundle, or
Because not everybody wants to pay the extra $5 a month.
I mean, that's fair.
And not everybody wants that whole library.
But it's so much cheaper for somebody that's looking for something like that. It's cheaper. Get rid of the live. Don't get it. I mean, offer the live service, but don't charge the extra $5. Make it $10 a month. They'd make so much more money in the long run because they're going to be pulling more players by doing something like that.
And see, I don't see it the same way. Because you've got the maintenance cost and paying the employees of actually keeping those servers running, all that, all those live services, keeping them going for the entire time. That takes money.
That's true. But I mean,
because if they don't charge people for it, then it's a financial black hole that they can't get out of.
That's true. Well, like I said, I mean, they could.
That's why I don't get mad at people over microtransactions, except for EA. Because EA can eat my asshole. They charge too much for too much.
Kaz is gay confirmed.
Hey, maybe EA is a woman. You don't know.
Ooh.
It's a lifeless entity. It could be female. That's another bot.
What the fuck?
They say pretty much the same thing. Just, hi,
Lame.
bot.
It's just YouTube, too.
Yeah, I know. See, I wouldn't mind the bots as much if, they would stick around for a second and somehow actually give us a view, but even chatting, somehow they don't count as views. I don't know how the fuck that works. Either. No, it's not.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck it, then. Who's texting me?
Look at you answering your phone while doing a live show. Still doing it. Still doing it. Still doing it. Put the phone down. Still doing it.
Sorry, it's work. Live services.
Yeah, that thing we just talked about.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Xbox has better deals when it comes to live services. I really do.
Well, I don't own a PlayStation, so I can't tell you.
Well, so it's
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a second real quick. There is a reason I don't own a PlayStation. There's a reason I will not buy another PlayStation. Now, this channel is not about politics at all. However, the reason is slightly political. And it has to do with the fact that there was something they rolled out in their terms of service. I don't know if it's still there. Doesn't matter if it's still there.
I don't know. I don't read terms of services.
My problem is that they actually had the gall to put it in the first place. And what it was anyone who criticized the Chinese Communist Party in chat, whether by voice or through text or anything, what have you, would have their account banned and deleted from PlayStation.
I'm going to test this out now. You know that, right?
Like I said, it may not be in their terms of service anymore, and I don't know if it was globally, but it was rolled out. It did happen. I can't be okay with that. And I can't support a company who ever thought that was okay.
I wish I would have known about it. I don't read the terms of service. Seriously, guys, if you're not there. Anyway, when you get there and you watch this later, if you've made it this far, leave us comments below. Who reads the fucking terms of service?
Well, no. I didn't read the terms of services. It made headlines.
Oh, that tells you how much I ever pay attention to fucking news anymore. When was this? Because I don't remember it at all.
Oh, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a hot minute.
I'm trying to think of what I would have been doing 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, probably drinking.
Probably.
Just saying.
I don't know, but that's my issue. I can't support them since they did that. I can't bring myself to do it. I love a lot of PlayStation exclusive titles. Final Fantasy, I fucking love. Kingdom Hearts used to be a fucking PlayStation exclusive until the latest ones. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite games of all time. Well, no, the HD collections are no longer on Game Pass, but Kingdom Hearts 3 still is.
I have all of them.
You have a PlayStation.
I have them on hard disk.
So do I. Well, I don't have 2.8.
I have all of them.
Yeah, the Final Chapter Prologue is the only set that I don't have. And I never...
I've still yet to play a single Kingdom Hearts game.
Seriously?
Seriously.
That's what we should do.
I want to play Kingdom Hearts so bad, but every time I think about it, I think about everybody talking about the story and how convoluted it is, and my brain hurts, and then I'm like, yeah, no.
See, okay, hold on. Everything else has to go on hold for a second. No. Because I'm so tired about hearing this. It's... Kingdom Hearts is not really that convoluted. It's just a lot to remember. It's not complicated. It's not hard. There's just a lot to remember.
What I think about every time I hear Kingdom Hearts anymore?
What?
Starbomb and their
oh god,
video game franchise song.
The simple story of Kingdom Hearts. You know, the simple story of Final Fantasy VII was better.
It was, but still, that's all I think about every time I think of even Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's all I think about is those fucking songs, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna touch that today. I was listening to music at work, and it popped up on my playlist, and one of my coworkers is like, and that's why I do not play video games.
I mean, fair. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of titles because there's a lot of different angles to the story. And, okay, I'll even concede. Maybe it was just done to make more money. But there's so much story there that it actually makes more sense to have these installments rather than try to pack all that shit into, like, 2 games.
That's fair.
There's just too much.
That's fair.
But that's my jam when it comes to video games, or just stories in general. I like them. I like huge stories.
I do, too. No, I do.
There's got to be a bigger, overarching, world that goes along with it. I need the world building.
One of my favorite franchises ever was from even when I was a kid. And no, it's not because of titties. But
It's
with the Tomb
totally
Raider
because of
franchise,
titties. It's totally because of titties.
it was
He loved those pyramid boobs.
that was the best. No, I mean, there was so much story there that they couldn't pack, especially back then, with how limited the consoles were back in the day. That they released comic books. They released a whole novel based off of Lara Croft and her story,
Right.
just to fit it in somewhere instead of making 3 or 4 games. Now, granted, there's 12 total games out there, not including, I guess these are
I don't know.
rules.
I don't know.
But they
And honestly,
there's so much story, and it's not just that. There's example Halo even. There's so much story there that they've released novels and comic books
yeah.
just to expand it even more or tell what they couldn't tell in the video games, which is awesome.
Halo's a little bit of a different beast, though, because you've got the history of the history, which decided everything, when it comes to the Forerunners, the Precursors, the Flood, all that shit, the original humanity, and then you've got them all being wiped out. Life has to start over again. Then you've got the Covenant, who misinterpreted everything, and the New Humans. You got the war that came after that. You've got the return of the Flood. There's so much there, even outside of anything that has to do with Master Chief.
Stupid microphone won't stay.
But the brilliant thing is that all of it's relevant.
Right. And that's what makes a good story a good story.
Right.
Gears of War is one of them as well. I know I'm sitting here, so now we're stuck to Xbox exclusives.
I just can't bring myself to care about Gears of War after 3.
Well, that's fair. I get it.
I don't know why 5 even exists.
4 and 5 aren't great games. By any means, I couldn't bring myself to even finish the first mission of 5. But
I can't bring myself to start it.
one of the things why I'm bringing it up as an example is because when I played the first one, it drove me to want to learn more. And then I found out there was books. I'm not a huge reader. I read. I love books. But if I don't get interested within the first few pages, I'll put it down. I'll never read it again.
Right.
But that's the great thing about games is there's a lot of games out there that push me to want to read.
Mm-hmm.
And Gears of War is a huge example because when I found out there were books for it that started way before the even game was released, I'm like, fuck yeah. And I learned about Harvest and the Islam battle. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
These books were out before the games even released. And it was amazing. And then there was another game that I just played recently too, and I found out there was a comic book for them. Oh my gosh, what was it? I don't even remember. I've got it saved in my Amazon list because I found the whole collection of their comics for like $80. And I'm going to buy them. I know that's horrible.
But you can't remember what it's called.
I can't. Not off the top of my head, no. And
Good
I just got yelled
job.
at for pulling out my phone, so I'm not going to do that again.
Well, that's because of communications during a live broadcast.
Oh, man. But yeah, it's story is huge. And I guess that's because we grew up in a time where there were no online services, and so all we had were story-driven games. And most people today most gamers today, or people that are more worried about the online multiplayer and what they have
Battle
to offer in the
Royales.
Battle Royale. And it's like, that's cool and all. I appreciate those games for what they are.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Like them if you want to, but just know, Battle Royales are not cool. Battle Royales were never cool. Free-for-all game types have always sort of existed. That's just what they are. Not everything has to be a goddamn motherfucking Battle Royale. And if another game has to fucking turn into that to try to survive, I'm going to burn down the company that does it. Anyway, back to the show.
You know how with the precursor to Battle Royales were, right? Hunger Games. That's what started it all.
You know what the precursor to Hunger Games was, right? Tekken. Tell me I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. You know, I never put that together. I seriously didn't. I didn't even think about that.
Just instead of companies, it's districts.
It's been so long since we've had... Even Tekken has a district system.
Yeah, but it's more companies vying for power.
That's true. Oh, man. We haven't gotten a Tekken game in so long. I haven't thought about Tekken in years. Tekken 7 was, what, 2017?
It may have been a little before that. I'm not sure.
Jesus. We need a new Tekken game. I miss those games.
I'm okay with them repackaging and re-releasing the originals for the next generation of gamers.
I mean, if Capcom stop mixing your game universes, please. But as long as we don't, I mean, they could continue their Tekken games as long as we stop mixing them with Street Fighter and things like that. Because then they start adding story that doesn't belong there.
Yeah, no. What I want is like an actual HD remaster of the originals, or even just a rebuild.
Yeah, that would be great.
Go back, redo the game, don't change anything. Just give us the game again. But have it look as good as modern games.
And then a shout out a local place. The arcade downtown. Have you been there yet? Oh my god, $10, unlimited play all day long. They have Tekkens 1, 2, and 3. Original arcade.
So it's kind of like Headshots.
But better. Well, no, Headshots serves alcohol.
Exactly.
God, is Headshots still open?
I think so. I haven't gone there in a hot minute, but
I haven't either. But yeah,
I know they moved. They got a bigger place now.
Do they? But the arcade, it's over in Old Town. I want to say, what's the street right after the east of the WSU campus? That's over in Old Town. It's that street.
I'm not sure.
So
I don't go to Old Town if I can help it.
You know Old Chicago, where that's at in Old Town, right next to the.
I don't go to Old Town if I can help it. I just said that.
Anyway, it's down. It's in Old Town. It's a really great place. $10 per person, unlimited plays all day. The only thing that cost is food or snacks, merchandise, drinks, and then pinball. Because I mean, you can't really get a pinball machine coded to work without quarters. Especially theirs. Theirs are really old, classic pinball machines. Which is, pinball machines are great because they're all mechanical.
Right.
None of them, other than the lights, are digital. That's the only thing that's coded in a pinball machine is the lights.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily coded.
Codes to accept quarters, recognize said quarters, and plays. Pinball machine, you put a quarter in, and it mechanically recognizes a quarter. Not digitally. There's a little computer chip in the coin actuators in an arcade machine that reads that a coin has been inserted, not in a pinball machine.
I know, but you were talking about the lights in a pinball machine being...
Well, they have to be coded to light up whenever a certain thing happens.
Pressure plates help too.
That's fair. But anyway, go check it out. It's really fun. The kids will love it. I'm sure you and the wife would love it too. I like going up there. Again, $10 all day long. Doesn't matter how long you stay. Now, granted, if you walk outside, if it's like for 5 minutes or something, no big deal. Come back in. But if you leave, go to lunch, and come back, you have to pay another $10. But whatever. I enjoy it. It's fun. Nice little place because we don't have many of those left in the world. There's not many other than Japan. There's not many real true arcade places.
There are. It's just you got to go to the places that have them.
All-Star Sports doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count? It's an arcade.
It's not like old 80s style. Like, it's not like going back in time and visiting the 80s or the 70s. That's how this place makes you feel. Remember, even for us as a kid, I don't know if how you.
You're not gonna find any arcade that only has things like, Asteroid and Donkey Kong.
The arcade in Old Town.
And it only has those. It doesn't have any modern-ish games.
Not a single
at
one.
all. I find that a little
They
hard to
even
believe.
have Paperboy. Do you remember Paperboy?
I find it hard to believe that they exclusively have older arcade games.
All they have. Go give them a shot.
I don't know.
My family just got home. Can you hear them?
Hopefully not. The Microsoft, God, we're talking about consoles too much. The microphones should be good enough to where we're not getting too much background noise with the door closed.
But no, seriously, go check them out. That's all they have is exclusive old arcade games from Pac-Man.
If and when I get the time, I will go there.
The old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade games.
Like I said, if and when I get the time, I'll go check it out.
Do you remember House of the Dead? The arcade game, not the movie. The movie was based off the arcade game. Hell, even the first movie has a whole segment where they're running down through the graveyard and they show clips from the actual arcade game.
Is that the one where you sit in it and it's like a photo booth?
No, it's a
thing?
straight stand shooter.
Okay, then no, I don't remember that
It's a
one.
standing rail shooter. But it's all it is. They don't have any modern games. They even have all the old classic Tekken arcade games. I think it's just 1 through 3, which were before they were released on consoles officially.
I think so.
And then everything else was pretty much console driven as far as my Mortal Kombat
I don't
goes.
know. Well, even there, console's more affordable than an arcade cabinet.
True. Especially maintenance. But that's all they have. And it's glorious. Like, our parents would flip their lid if they went into this place. 20-1, they'd feel like they went back into time.
You remember my parents are a lot older than yours, right?
They probably still flip their lid.
I don't know. My mom doesn't like video games too much.
Your mom doesn't like a lot of things.
No comment.
She doesn't even like you.
You know, maybe one day she might actually have the time to listen to this. So I'll say again, no comment.
She'd be like, I wonder why he got big. Go back to her original videos. He was talking shit.
You're assuming a lot, unless you mean fat, which, I'm working on it.
That's fair. Oh, shit.
Where were we? Oh, yeah, live services.
We were getting to the point to where I was going to go ahead and drop both my consoles and go ahead and build my own PC.
Good luck with that.
Right. Just buy one. You can buy one in Walmart for like $800.
Yeah, but still, it's $800.
I mean...
And you're not going to have the capabilities to play all the games you want. You still have to customize.
That's true.
One way or another, we covered all the notes that I had.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like, we didn't mean to for most of them, but we did. So, that's an interesting way to go about that.
We're only an hour and a half in, too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That happened way quicker than I thought it would.
I told you it would.
That's what she said.
I gave you a warning. And I shot you right in the eye.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. No, I guess my main issue with online exclusives right now with what we have currently, or not online, the online services, sorry, is especially between PlayStation and Xbox, is PlayStation is so goddamn expensive. So, PlayStation is for, I think, month to month, it's $20. No, I don't remember now.
Here, I can look it up.
I know it's more expensive than than Xbox is. But so, I think I pay for 3 months at a time, $25 a month.
It's PlayStation Plus, right?
Right. And then if you want
$10 a month.
So $10 a month.
$60 a year. So the same as, it's literally the exact same as Xbox Gold.
But here's the difference. So for the people that want to do Game Pass and pay just a little extra money to play hundreds of games for free, the PlayStation Now membership, I pay an extra $25 a month. I mean, not anymore because I discluded, but I'm pretty sure it's $25 a month. I could be very wrong, and they just kind of doing the 3-month thing, but I'm pretty sure I pay monthly for that.
Well, hold on. PlayStation Now is
the equivalent to Game Pass.
Jesus, I have to have an article just to tell me how much it costs. Scrolling, still don't see a number.
Hold on, let me pull up the PlayStation app.
Of course, I'm on a site I've never gone to before. Whoever wrote this article.
I'll just go to the PlayStation app. It should have it. Hold on. Subscription.
Well, see, this says $10 a month, but do you have to have PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now?
Yes.
So you have to buy them both. You can't. There's no package to get them together.
Right. So.
Okay.
So here is the PlayStation Now subscriptions. Okay, so it's an extra $10 a month for PlayStation Now. I think that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, at least with Xbox, you're not doubling your monthly price.
Right. Like I said before, I can have the Game Pass Ultimate, which includes my live subscription, Game Pass, and cloud gaming.
Right.
All three of those services in one for $15 a month. Now, in retrospect, that is a fucking steal. It really is.
Well, in retrospect, was
I
a
mean,
great band.
Yeah, it was.
Jack,
Jack,
if you
you
ever
hear
see
me?
this, we miss you.
Go follow him on Twitch, too. He's a little fox guy. It's great.
I don't think his Twitch handle is a little fox guy.
No, it's not. Hold on. I don't ever remember how to pronounce it. Anyway, while I'm looking that up here, it's a steal. $160 a month compared to doubling up on everything with PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is fucking ridiculous. And PlayStation doesn't even offer the one-time deal that Xbox does. The first month is $1 for
Right.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
PlayStation has offered that one time, and that was with their PlayStation Plus subscription. And it wasn't even, and it's just for their PlayStation Plus subscription. And they don't even offer other deals where you can, make it cheaper throughout the year. Xbox does. The
Yeah.
more you play,
Well, not
the more
only
you
that,
earn.
when they launched Game Pass Ultimate, the all-in-one,
Yeah.
they were rolling out discounts for people who paid for Live in advance.
That's fair.
So like if you had a full year, you got a major discount on upgrading to Game
And
Pass
I've
Ultimate.
had Xbox Live before. And even I didn't even realize when I got my Xbox Live was still active, and I was paying for it with a card that had no money on it. How it was still active, I have no idea. I pulled up my Xbox when I got it. I signed in. It said welcome. It said I was live. I checked my subscriptions because I was going to go ahead and buy Xbox Live again. And I seen it was subscription status active, and I'm like, what card is it using? And I looked at the cards, and I'm like, that bank account doesn't even exist anymore. What the fuck? And then I seen that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate was $1, and I'm like, nah, I'll pay the first month $1, and I'll pay the $14.99 a month. No big deal.
Right.
And then I canceled my PlayStation subscriptions. Fucking ridiculous. That is legit. As far as their services go, that is the huge problem I have. Is and it goes back to how greedy Sony is.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous to make your gamers play.
I'm just fascinated that you
much.
can actually sit there and say stuff like this, being the Sony fanboy you've been for the past few years.
Because I grew up on Sony, and
I
I'm
know,
not going to
I
sit
know.
there and it's been so long since I've had an Xbox that because I went back to PlayStation because PlayStation 4 had so many more exclusives that I really wanted to go to. I really wanted to jump back into that franchise.
Yeah.
And so I went back for a long time, and I was completely happy. And then, again, I started getting that feeling of dread and loneliness. And me and you were talking one day about the Halo, and I'm like, I really want to go back and play Halo with Raj and my brother, you, and...
Of course, this was before Infinite came out.
Right. And I'm like, I miss doing that. They have such... That's another thing I want to get into, too. Me and my neighbor were talking about. But I missed playing video games with you guys. And so I was like, fuck it. I'm buying an Xbox. And I did. And I seen the difference in prices. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck have I been doing this whole time?
They draw you in with those exclusives, and they try to get you to ignore everything else.
No, don't get me wrong. Eventually, when the next generation of PlayStation 5 comes out, they make it a better console. I'm going to get a PlayStation 5. There's still exclusives that I would really like to play. Hopefully by that time, those exclusives will be considered timed exclusives and they'll come to Xbox anyway.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't see Sony having a future if they don't have locked exclusives.
That's true. Like Ghostwire, the new Bethesda game that's coming out, looks fucking amazing. They just dropped an official gameplay trailer a couple days ago. That game looks awesome, and I want to play it so bad, but it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. What the fuck? But it's okay, because another Bethesda game's coming out soon after. I think end of this year, beginning of next year.
Talking about Starfield, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an Xbox exclusive now. And I have an Xbox.
Well, see, the interesting thing about Starfield is we know nothing about it.
Only thing we know about it is, so far from what I have read, it has, and this is all confirmed, supposedly it's going to have its own economy. It is going to be completely free roam.
Yeah.
Kind of like Star Citizen. Of course, you're going to be warping from place to place, having a little bit of loading times, but it's going to feel less like Outer Worlds. So Outer Worlds, it's free roam, but each planet has its own specific map that you can go to.
Right.
Now, this one is going to as well, but you're going to feel like you're actually flying from planet to planet.
Right.
It's
kind of like Elite Dangerous.
Right. It's going to show show that you're flying to these other areas.
And I think it's supposed to have some survival aspects to it, too.
Right. It's going to be...
Although I don't think we ever got a full confirmation on that.
I don't know how in-depth it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be more like other survival games like Ark, or if it's going to be more Fallout and Elder Scrolls based. Because Fallout and Elder Scrolls both have a survival mode where you have to eat and drink. They have that option in their games. But when
so they're not listing it as a survival game, just action RPG.
I'm sure they're going to have that implemented just like they do in Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Well, that's not so much survival, because you don't have to eat to live. There's no...
They have a mode for it, though.
Not that I saw.
Yeah. They released it with... Obsidian did it with Fallout New Vegas, and then Bethesda went ahead and did it with Fallout 4. New Vegas had one where if you pre-order...
I've been playing Fallout 4. You don't have to eat to live.
Not in the standard game. There is a mode for it. It's a different... The harder
Okay,
difficulties
but that's not the same thing.
Right, but
that
it's
doesn't make it a
still
survival
available
game.
as an option in the game. It is. If you go to a harder difficulty, it offers it. Like it tells you have to do this. New Vegas did it the same way. Now, the thing that was shitty about New Vegas is that you had to drink or you'll get dehydrated and die in the harder difficulty. You couldn't have a canteen. You'd have to, legit, if you pre-ordered New Vegas, you got a canteen in the pre-order package. It didn't give you much water, but throughout the game, your character would automatically sip on the canteen a little bit enough to keep you hydrated. Right. Which helped out a lot.
But it's basically just as long as you had it in your inventory.
Right. And but it's always, I think that's where they may go with this game. Is they're going to make it an option with the higher difficulty, to where that way you don't have to play it that way. But if you really want the immersive experience of being a free roam RPG, action RPG with survival mechanics, go to a harder difficulty. Elder Scroll, the newer Elder Scrolls like Skyrim, at least the newer installments of Skyrim, I think like the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 versions have it. And then Fallout 4 has it as well if you pick the hard. It's all in the difficulty settings though. But I'm hoping it's more of a game like that. Because Obsidian tried it. I love the Outer Worlds game. I just feel like it's missing so much. It feels I know what they're trying to do, but it's missing so much of the aspects of what they want out of it. And I'm hoping the newer installment
it kind of seems like they wanted to build a Borderlands that wasn't Borderlands.
No, they wanted... So...
I don't mean the looter-shooter aspect.
Right.
I mean the aesthetics of the game.
Yeah.
Make it look like that without making it look like that. Sound like that without sounding like that.
Was originally supposed to be New Vegas. That's where they started with it, and Bethesda was like, no, we really just want you to try to make a Fallout game, expand our universe a little bit. And granted, New Vegas isn't canon, but it
Can we pretend Fallout 76 isn't canon?
Why'd you have to ruin my vibe, man? Why'd you have to go and do that?
Because I'm me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was on that hype train. I really was.
Until it launched.
Yeah.
Everybody was on that hype train until that fucking trash fire launched.
Since you just recently started getting into the Fallout franchise, right?
Actually playing it, yes.
Yeah. So you understand that. You can understand where everybody else was coming from.
Oh yeah, that didn't take long at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's ESO did it so well. They did it so well, but it's easier to do it with a game set in
like medieval times.
Right. I mean, that's what all those games are. Mm-hmm. Even from the basis of how it started with D&D.
Plus, I could be wrong about this because I haven't had the opportunity to actually download ESO, but I don't think you actually build settlements there.
No, you don't. And that's what really ruins 76. Yeah. There's no reason for that at all. The other thing with ESO is ESO has way more maps you can visit. You can go back to all the different countries.
Right.
Now, Fallout, I mean, they still have time to build on it. I know it's still being updated till this day. But that's where they need to go with it. They need to start going more with the ESO style where they're releasing, where you can go back to Boston, where you can go back to DC, you can go back to where did the other games take place?
I don't remember.
Fallout 1 and 2 took place in another they all took place in different cities.
Yeah. They
need to do that with Fallout 76. They need to start releasing those other fucking maps with new quests, new raids, and continuously update it. And that's the problem. They're focusing way too much on ESO right now.
Mm.
They just released 2 new maps in the last year.
Well, I mean, they did try to overhaul Fallout 76 because they came out with a creative mode.
Fuck creative mode. Nobody wanted it. Nobody needs it.
They need more people playing it.
I get that.
So since they went ahead and added more quote unquote survival aspects to the game, they figured might as well go the whole 9 yards. Give people creative mode, let them tweak the way the settings work.
The only reason why this game quote unquote needs a survival mode is because of the setting. And that's what it is. It's all about the setting. Is you're in a post-apocalyptic area that, you're...
What?
Blah, 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 blah. And everybody's hunting for food in a setting like that. I get that. It's not needed. You know why? It's a video game.
Well, I mean, it'd be one thing if the Fallout franchise had always been that. But it's not.
It's not. And people expected it to be something it's not. See, when I thought of Fallout 76 when they released it, I thought of ESO. I thought, okay, we're going to get a Fallout version of ESO, and it's going to be great. I was hoping they would just copy and paste all the mechanics from ESO and just make it that. They did not. The only thing that this thing has good for it is the raids. Right now, the raids are pretty awesome. There's...
I don't know.
Because I think you can get like 5 nuke codes a week, and they're really hard to get unless you do a raid. That's it. Other than that, they failed. That's all they need to do is make a Fallout version of ESO. Why is that so hard?
Well, it's not just that. It's the...
Just reskin your game.
That...
Excuse you.
That new expansion they came out with, I'm pretty sure it's like a monthly subscription that you have to play, or have to pay to play the game.
The only reason why ESO has the right to make it a monthly subscription...
No, I'm not talking about ESO. I'm talking about Fallout 76.
But the difference is, the reason why ESO has a monthly subscription to their game...
They have one?
Yes. They have an optional monthly subscription. That it's kind of like RuneScape. RuneScape, you can play it for free, but you get all these bonuses and all these extra things that you can do by having the subscription. ESO has it because that's what it is. It was built to be an MMO. That's how it was built. It was built to be like it was the competitor to World of Warcraft. Sorry. So that's all we needed though. We could have had that. They could have had the right to make a subscription for this game if that's what the game was. But it's not an MMO. They pushed too hard on story with this one. Great. I get it. I mean, you're making a prequel to all the Fallout games. It's got to have some kind of story. There's too much there. They should have just left it as... I mean, because the way it works, when you first start out in the game, they make you feel like they're going to push this huge story-driven MMO. And it doesn't work like that. You get out there, you do the first few quests, and you can finish the story pretty quickly. The rest of it is terminals. What you should have done was give me a big cutscene at the beginning, explain the story in the cutscene, wake up in the vault, go survive. Don't push me to play a story that's not there. It's not what I bought the game for. I bought the game because it's an MMO. Well, supposed to be.
Right.
And it's not. It doesn't feel like one, at least.
I don't know. It's missed opportunities combined with false advertising. Of course, it's nowhere as bad as No Man's Sky was when that shit launched.
That's true. Though No Man's Sky's
still
gotten significantly better since. I still play it. They have a really good...
I'll put it this way, because I'm staying on this soapbox. Hello Games does not get a pass by eventually coming around and delivering people what they said they were going to put in their game.
They get a pass.
I know. And because of that, I still will not pay for the game. I play it because it's on Game Pass, and I don't have to pay specifically for the game.
Right.
I won't give them money for that.
That's fair. I mean, they're getting your money either way because you purchase Game Pass. But
yeah, but it's like pennies on the dollar.
that's true. But no, it's...
they got to go through other people to get money that wasn't meant for them.
That brings me... Since the one good thing about No Man's Sky, and this is going to bring us back on topic where I started to begin with, is No Man's Sky has a really great community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got so many friends that I have met through No Man's Sky that I talk to on Facebook now even.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Xbox has going for it. When whenever you get a chance to play a PlayStation, if you ever buy one, you ever get over your shit with them. I know you won't.
I won't give them money. Now, same thing with No Man's Sky. If I'm in a position where I can actually play on a PlayStation without having to give Sony money to do it, okay.
Right. Well, then do this. Go around. We can even do this on here. If you're listening now or later, if you want a PlayStation, other than Call of Duty, tell me a game, and I bet there's going to be very little response on this one. Tell me a game that you have loaded up, multiplayer, and have met somebody that you still talk to, other than Call of Duty, because Call of Duty alone has a great community as well. Now, Xbox players, and I'm expecting a lot of response out of this. How many games have you played, loaded it up, met somebody random, and you still talk to till this day?
Halo, Diablo 3.
Halo, Gears of War, Diablo, Borderlands. Now, mind you, granted, 2 of these games that I've mentioned have been on PlayStation. However, the friends that I have met playing these games have been on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
The community alone in Xbox is phenomenal.
It really is.
I have never been, well, okay, I shouldn't say never, but I rarely load up in a lobby that gets as toxic as Sony's lobbies.
Yep.
I have met so many people on Xbox that I talk to even after I quit playing Xbox. I still talk to them on Facebook. Hey, man, I just got a PlayStation so I could just play with you. Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. And then they get rid of it because the community is trash.
Mm-hmm.
I even load up into the Facebook communities. So when I was getting into the GTA Online, I went ahead and got into a Facebook group so I can meet people and be able to do heists and things like that. Holy shit, did I leave that quick. Anytime somebody would ask, even when I asked for help on a heist, figure it out your own goddamn self. Bitch, then what is this group for?
Right.
This group specifically titled GTA Online, Heist Community and Help, PS4. It's strictly a PS4 community.
Yep.
And nobody ever gets help. It's even the No Man's Sky PlayStation 4 community on Facebook is toxic as fuck. It's ridiculous.
Well, see, that's one of the bigger differences I've seen with the player base when it comes to the consoles. With Sony, it seems to be more competitive driven, whereas with Microsoft, it's more community driven.
That's fair. I'm a huge mixture of both gamers. I am. I love to, if you offer me something in a game, I get very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was so competitive at Halo when I was playing it heavily back in the day. It's because there was always something to unlock.
Yeah.
Today, not so much, because I'm probably not going to buy Season 2 Battle Pass. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to be stuck on that. Sorry, I should not have to buy a Battle Pass specifically to unlock something. I get it if you want to put out exclusive armor for buying the Battle Pass, that's fine.
This is an overcorrection that they did, just like everything else with Halo Infinite, when it came to the Rex system.
I get it.
But even that didn't make sense, because you earn that currency by playing the fucking game, and then you unlock this shit by buying the packs. Using the in-game currency. You don't have that in Infinite.
I haven't really gotten a chance to jump into, or I should say jump back into the Master Chief Collection, because I know Master Chief Collection has its own Battle Pass as well. I kind of skimmed through it the other day.
I don't play Master Chief Collection multiplayer.
I was skimming through it the other day because I was playing Reach. I seen that there was a lot of armor that I'd unlocked, and the last time I played, I had it all unlocked. And I'm like, what the fuck? They'll come to find out that they did it to where now you have to play the game to unlock them, and it even says, do this to unlock it, do that to unlock it, and then there were exclusive armor pieces and shaders that you had to unlock through purchasing the Battle Pass and playing through the Battle Pass.
Mm.
That's how Infinite should be, especially on your current mainline title.
I mean, I guess. Like, if they want to do that with the Photos armor or whatever that Mohawk armor is, I can see that. Because those are
even then,
those are just bragging rights items.
Even then, those you don't with the so the samurai armor that they have.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the battle pass to get it. Granted, it's event specific, just like the neon mohawk and the neon visor. Those are event specific, but you don't have to buy the battle pass to do it. You just have to do the events.
Okay, but what's the event?
So they had the cyber event that they just did, and it's just like the battle pass. It's
well, okay. Better question. When the event is over, is the armor gone?
But they're going to re-release the event again. That way you have a chance to go back to it. I think they've done I'm going to call it the samurai armor because I don't remember I don't know how to pronounce. It's like Yadori armor.
I'm not sure.
They've released the event for that 3 times since the release of Halo Infinite. This is the 3rd time it's been released. This is week 3. And they plan on continuing later on throughout, even through season 1. Now, I'm not going to sit here and confirm that they're going to do it again in season 2, but I'm pretty sure they will. Because it's an armor set that sits there in your armor hole.
Right.
You're not going to I'm sorry. I don't think any developer in their right mind will sit there and let you stare at something you can never get again.
Well, unless they just remove it from everyone's.
They could, and I wouldn't have a problem. Personally, I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's my fault for not putting in the effort for not doing the event. The event's there.
Well,
they tell you when the event's going to start.
The problem from that point is, let's say someone can't buy the game until Season 2 comes out.
Okay, that's fair.
Then you're punishing the player for not being able to buy it when they weren't in a financial position to do it.
But I honestly don't think they're going to do that. I really don't.
I could see it happening.
I can too, but I don't. I think they're going to get way too much heat for that, and Microsoft knows better. Microsoft has always been pretty good about going, all right, we fucked up, let's give them another shot. And most likely that's what's going to, even 343's been that way.
That's the thing, though. When it comes to Halo Infinite, the name of the game is overcorrection.
I'm pretty sure, and even if they do it, they're probably going to go, all right, we fucked up. We're gonna set back this event and push this event again. That way you have a chance to get it. And it's really not that hard to get the base model of the samurai armor. You just have to complete 5 challenges, and their challenges aren't all that difficult at all.
I've done 5 challenges. I don't have the samurai armor. I don't have it unlocked.
There's specific challenges for the event. They're event based, and they even choose a playlist that event's going to be in. They show up in, like, if you go back to my stream from last weekend, all those little orange challenges are event challenges. And they'll tell you, get this many kills on Fiesta. And then whenever you go to your playlist, the Fiesta will be at the very top because that is the event playlist. And then it'll even be in orange, letting you know your challenge is available.
Well, see, if they can do that for the events, they need to have the same kind of playlist specifically for weekly challenges.
Right.
And they don't.
They do. So if you go through the weekly challenges, it says, like the one I have currently for this week, and I don't know. If
okay, I'll reiterate. They didn't when I played.
That's fair. They do now. And that's why I'm trying to push you so hard to play with me again, and give it another chance. Because the multiplayer is as many problems as it has.
I will say.
I still think it's worth playing.
I will say that in terms of the Halo series as a whole, as far as the story, the gameplay, everything that makes Halo Halo, the multiplayer is better than Halo Infinite.
True.
But that's because of how hard they swung in the opposite direction to try to fix Halo Infinite with the backlash from Halo 5. Undeserved, but it was there.
But, like I said, the only problem I have with the multiplayer is this battle pass. I feel like if you're going to make people earn armor, like you always have, don't make it exclusive to buying the battle pass.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to push people to buy the battle pass, give exclusive armor pieces specifically for the pass. That way, people are like, oh, that's really cool. You know, I'm that type of person. I know I know thousands of gamers that are that type of person, where they look at a piece of armor that you can't unlock in game. You have to buy that battle pass to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that type of person. All right, well, I got to get to level 50 in the battle pass to get it. Battle pass is, I think, $10 in total for 1,000 of the in-game currency. That's not a bad price at all. At least in my eyes, it's not. And I'll work my ass off to get it.
I still don't want to buy it.
And that's the thing. If there's a gamer that doesn't have the money to buy the battle pass, but they still, set themselves back enough to pay for your $60 game.
Yeah, you need to have a way for them to unlock that kind of shit.
Right. Like I said.
It would not be difficult for them to implement an in-game currency right now.
Right. So, in-game currency that you can earn. Because right now,
that's what an in-game currency is.
Right. Right now, the only way you can get their in-game currency is by purchasing it through microtransactions.
Exactly.
That
means it's not an in-game currency. It's just a placeholder for real money.
And I'm wondering if they're getting ready to implement that soon. I mean, they're going to have to, or they're going to lose players. But like I said, and I know I've repeated myself, they need to do a thing where they need to just release all the armor to where everybody can earn it. At least the standard armor. So like Recon, Master Chief's Marks, Mjolnir armor, and all the CQC armor, all that we've always been able to earn in previous games.
Right.
Make that earnable through weekly challenges and daily challenges, through experience. So, right now the daily challenges is just play games.
Mm-hmm.
You get up to, I think the lowest you can get is 50. You can earn it so many times during the day at higher experience points. So, I think the top is 500.
Yeah, the more you play, the less you earn.
The less it goes. I'm okay with that. But
I'm not.
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I see. I don't care enough to let it bother me. I'm going to continue to fucking play no matter what.
I don't know. Generally, my brain is too logic-driven to look at something like that makes absolutely no sense and go, okay, I can give this a pass or just ignore it or whatever. It stands out because it doesn't make any sense.
But, but again, just if you want to have somebody buy a battle pass, Call of Duty, unfortunately, is doing it right with their battle pass. Everything is unlockable in some form of way, whether it be through standard multiplayer gaming or playing the campaign, because in the campaign you can reach certain levels as well. All their guns are unlockable at certain levels. All their operators are unlockable at certain levels. The only thing that you can't physically unlock by playing without buying the battle pass is their skins. In this case with Halo, it would be armor pieces. Certain armor pieces that you think, all right, we reskinned this one. It looks a little different. I think you might think it's cool. Release it. If it looks cool, and I think it's worth buying the battle pass, I'm going to. And thousands of other gamers will do it too. But I don't want to sit around with a default fucking armor.
Yeah.
Season after season after season, because I can't afford a battle pass. I already forked out $60 for your fucking game. Why is that so hard?
Well, the other thing is the multiplayer is completely free. Anyone with an Xbox or a PC can play it.
I know, but still. We're paying something eventually in the long run.
Releasing it like this didn't make any sense. They did it to push it out so that people could get used to the new armor piece, or not necessarily armor pieces, armor powers, the grapple.
It's not really all that different from any other game.
Well, the boost doesn't work the same as Halo 5. It's close, but it's not quite the same. Plus, anyone who skipped out on 4 and 5 because they didn't like the way it was working, now you've got the boost, you've got clambering, you've got the new aesthetics, all the new shit. Now you have a chance to get used to it. So I can see that, but not having it as part of the game is fucking stupid. They should have included it in Halo Infinite. That way they can make the money, not push it out for free, and not have to justify the whole battle pass and all this other bullshit.
I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's the battle pass alone. Other than that, I'm enjoying the multiplayer. I think it's fun. I played at least for a few hours a day, which that's how I am. I don't. When it comes to any multiplayer game, it's not just Halo. I just only play it for a couple hours a day, get the XP that I feel like I needed to get for that day, and move on. Hell, even in my stream, I played enough of it to where I was like, all right, I think I accomplished something. On to the campaign, because I still haven't completed it yet.
Oh, you're going to hate playing Ark then. It's grindy.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's not as grindy as Minecraft. Nowhere near as grindy as Minecraft. And it's more fulfilling with the things you can do. But it's... Depending on what you want to do, you're better off dedicating more time to it.
Yeah.
Like, my main thing right now is breeding. I'm breeding certain animals to get higher levels, better mutations for better stats, and then I'm going to stack them together.
Yeah.
It's a complicated system, but it takes a long time, and I'm going to fill a shop so I can sell to the people in my community. Can't really do that if you don't have time to dedicate to it.
Yeah. And see, and that's my problem with... It's not that I'm not going to like Ark. I just... It's kind of like Minecraft. Every time I try to load up Minecraft, I look at it and I'm like, okay, I can play this. I think I can get into it. And then I think about all the time I'll have to spend on it, which is time I don't have. And that's my fear with Ark.
Well,
I really want to get into it.
There is a difference.
But am I going to fall out?
Minecraft is more open-ended than Ark is. Because with Ark, there's an actual story, there's a goal, there's an ending.
Yeah.
With Minecraft, it's, oh, I do this thing until I do this thing, and then I can do this thing to do this thing, and then about 30 more of those, and I can fight the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
And then there's that's it. That's the end game.
Work is blowing up my phone.
Whereas with Ark, you've got this map. You go around, you go to the caves, you collect the artifacts, you fight the bosses, you use the trophies from the bosses to fight the big boss. Then you go to the next map, and you start over. You go to the caves, get the artifacts, fight the bosses. You go to the caves, get the artifacts, fight the bosses. And then when you've had enough of that, they switch it up. Excuse me. Because you eventually go back to Earth. And then you go through the Genesis simulation. And then you go to the Genesis ship where there's missions and all kinds of new shit to do. But it still feels fresh while being the same thing.
Right. And that's... Why can't all games be like that? Why,
Maintenance.
Fuck maintenance. Maintenance wouldn't be an issue if developers were willing to dedicate it. But I think either A, developers are too scared to do it, or B, too stupid to do it.
Yeah.
If one developer can do it right, why can't the rest?
Well, see, that's the thing, because
At
Studio
this point, it's just an
Wildcard...
excuse not to.
Right. Studio Wildcard didn't start out as a AAA developer. They started out as people, I think it was in Australia, that just wanted to make a cool survival game with dinosaurs.
Right.
And then they released the game early access and got a ton of shit for it. When the whole point was, hey, here, try this game, give us feedback,
Right.
let us know what we need to fix, and we'll fix it. And they did. And now it's one of the biggest survival games ever.
True.
So big that fucking Vin Diesel is now one of the creative directors for the sequel and the series. They have an all-star. No, I get that. I get that.
Nowadays.
But they've got an all-star A-list cast for the animated series that's coming out, I think it's before Arc 2 launches.
I would watch it. I really would.
You don't get that for nothing.
Yeah. Still, and then again, the answer is B. And now it's just an excuse.
Do what?
Developers are too stupid to do it.
Well, everyone's afraid of coming under fire for the early access model. Look at 7 Days to Die. That game still hasn't gone gold.
I have never been able to get into it.
Now, the game not going gold isn't necessarily their fault. A lot of that has to do with Telltale Games. Because Telltale was doing the console ports.
Yeah,
And then Telltale went under.
Yeah.
So there was a rights issue trying to get it back after it went to someone else.
Right. I don't know. It's 20 to 1. If each developer And people are like, oh, well, what about cost and things like that? Like, they're not going to make any money. No, 20 to 1. If each developer from Activision, Blizzard, so on and so forth, were to make one game, just one game, one last game to end all games that they've ever made, and make it a game that they can continue to update throughout the years. And if they actually put the focus and the time in, like other developers have, big example, Ark.
Well, see, that's the problem. If they did that, every game would either be Ark or Fortnite.
Not necessarily. You can make one Call of Duty. One. And right now they're trying to do this with Warzone. But don't make it Battle Royale. Make one Call of Duty that they update they instead of making a new game yearly, update the one yearly. Keep your battle pass that you're making so much fucking money on anyway. All these service things that you're making so much money on anyway, you can keep those. Because you're already making a shit ton of money off everything else. Keep them. That's what you're making money on. But continue to update your game with new things, new story. It's just that one game.
The problem is, as games get better, as software gets better, engines get better.
Re-release it on the new consoles. That's fine with me too.
Okay, but how would you pay for making that game on the new engine?
By selling it on the new consoles. Pre-sales. 20 to 1, people would buy it.
I mean, yeah,
We're
maybe.
Stupid.
Yeah,
We're
maybe.
gamers. We'll buy anything that you throw in our face.
But the same criticism that comes from pre-sales is the criticism that comes from early access.
I pre-ordered too many things to give a shit anymore. When I was a kid, I pre-ordered games I probably should have never pre-ordered.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. After the whole No Man's Sky debacle, I can't bring myself to...
A game that I pre-ordered that I shouldn't have
Yeah,
pre-ordered.
exactly. I can't bring myself to pre-order anything because I don't know who's lying and who's not. And now we're in this strange time where the business model around advertising for huge projects is lie to your audience. Take Marvel, for example.
Jesus Christ.
The trailers lie to you because they don't want you to know what's happening in the movie. Then you go to see the movie, and it's different.
See, here's the thing with the difference between movies and games, for me at least. When it comes to movies, I avoid trailers most of the time.
I don't. I can't. I have to know what I'm going to spend money on.
I'm gonna get it, but don't for me with movies as well as like either I don't watch trailers or if I watch a trailer I don't want to see too much. I want to know just enough to get me interested, but don't spoil the rest, because that's where you fall into this hole where it's like, okay, we've shown too much. People have an idea what's going to happen. They don't like it. They're not going to buy it. And that's what happened with a lot of up-and-coming a lot of Marvel movies already, to where it didn't sell very well at all, and they moved straight to streaming services pretty fucking quickly.
Mm-hmm. And still fail.
But you know what's going to happen if you don't show me too much? I'm going to go watch it because now you've caught my eye, and you haven't released, and that's kind of what they did with the new Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. For me at least, that first trailer was just enough to catch my attention. I'm like, all right, cool. And every other trailer they showed was just a tiny bit more of an add-on. Because I think they released 3 or 4 trailers in total.
I'm not sure.
It was just 3. I think. Anyway, they only added just enough to keep my attention, but not enough for me to get an idea of what was going on. And guess what? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people went and seen that movie because they grabbed their attention enough.
No. Hold on. There's something you're missing here. There was a trailer that came out. I can't remember exactly which country it was in. I just know it wasn't here. But it was edited wrong. That clip where...
Oh, that was at... No, it wasn't in a different country, because I've seen the same trailer.
Yeah, people have been reposting it.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But that trailer was
Lizard
meant
gets
for a
kicked.
different country. Yeah. If that never happened, then we would still have that mystery of, are they going to show up? Are they not? Who's missing? What are they not showing?
The same for everybody.
Well, I think that was the
trailers.
goal, but I can't help but feel like this was done on purpose.
I mean, it could have
because you've got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire denying from the beginning that they'll ever be in this movie, saying they weren't approached or anything.
My statement still stands, though. Even if that was an accident.
I don't think it was.
Even if it wasn't, it was just enough to keep my attention. Because what if it was something?
What it is
maybe it was a bad edit, and it released in a way where everybody thought, okay, cool. That's an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man enemy. That's Andrew Garfield kicking him, even though they edited him out. But what if it wasn't? What if it was actually a piece of debris that hit him? Or maybe
but that wouldn't have made
Spider-Man
sense.
shot a web at him and it knocked him off. What if that was the thing that happened? I would have never known. And honestly, even with that trailer being released, the way they played it off, personally, at least the way I looked at it and the way I perceived throughout from the time of the trailer to the time of the release, I would have continued to believe that there wasn't. That's what they need to do, though. Again, they need to stick to the point where they're getting your attention enough to where they keep it going, but not tell you any of the fucking story.
Well, I guess my problem is I pay way too much attention to the things that happen in Hollywood.
That's because you like to ruin fun.
I don't like being lied to. I don't like being lied to, and I don't like politics infecting everything.
And I get that, and I am completely with you on that. But we also got to remember, to everybody out there as well, and more so you, Kaz, they're just video games, and they're just movies. They're not... Granted, yeah, we're putting our money into these things, and knowing where they're going could affect you in a lot of ways. But it's entertainment. Simple as that. Even with these, like, besides the... To put the console wars at rest and to kind of 2.5 hours in the show a little bit here. Always remember, whether you're a PlayStation fan, a Nintendo fan, because let's be honest, Nintendo's winning these console wars anyway, because they seem to be the only ones without any true issues.
Well, no huge ones.
Yeah, and not enough to affect anything. If you're an Xbox fan, Sony fan, Nintendo fan, even your Master Race PC fans...
Hell, even the Joy-Con drift controversy couldn't kill the Switch.
That's fair. And I noticed the drift. When I bought the very first generation of Nintendo Switches when they came out. So I've been there. It didn't bother me. But even when it comes to movies, you're a Marvel or a DC fan, don't let what we talk about or anybody else talk about affect how you view it. Even if there's a political background behind it, it is entertainment. Let it entertain you.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, just enjoy it.
Don't let Kaz be a fucking Stifler. These are our opinions, and as much as I agree with Kaz, I do. Every standpoint, I've always had a little bit of agreement, whether I disagree or not. There's something there that... And I think that's what keeps us friends, is because even if we disagree, we still agree.
Fair.
If that makes sense to you, it makes sense to us.
Even if it doesn't, we still get it somehow.
But all in all, it's entertainment. It will always be entertainment. Don't let anything else distort you from that fact. Because fuck everybody else. It's how you view it, how you enjoy it. That's it. That's what I try to tell Cass every single time.
Well, I mean, that's why I always throw in those comments.
This movie's gonna be stupid. Who fucking cares?
That's why I always throw in those comments. Like, if you like this, that's okay. You can like whatever you want to like. Because I don't want to stop someone from enjoying something. I do, however, want to air my grievances.
Of course, and that's what this podcast is for. Again, we talk, they listen. And if they agree, they can comment below and let us know.
Or in the chat and say hi.
Yeah. We titled...
I can't see the viewer number.
You can't see what?
I can't see the viewer number on YouTube. So I don't know if anybody's watching.
It kind of shifted. That's weird. Why did it shift?
I'm not sure.
Where'd my cursor cursor go? It says 2.
We have 2? We have 2. I see a number.
Man, those lines are everywhere. What are those lines?
What lines?
At the bottom.
At the bottom? That's a good question.
Is that like bit rate for YouTube? Or is that viewer? Like the viewer rate?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've never looked at that page while it's going. Normally I just look at the chat.
I wonder how long that fucking meme has been up there. It's been up there this whole time, right? God, we've all had to look at the same fucking meme.
Not the whole time. Well, it's either look at the meme or look at our logo. I didn't prepare anything else. I wasn't sure what we were going to cover, what we weren't going to cover, what we are going to branch off into.
Oh, shit. Well, we would know what we're going to cover more if, our community would help us out. Guys, we've got Discord, we've got Facebook, we've got comments, we've got Twitter-ish.
You need to link the Discord on Facebook. Like, put it in a post.
This is the only thing I hate about Facebook right now when it comes to that, because it's a group page. And even in the business page we had, we couldn't link any of that. I mean, I could put it in a post, but...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm that type of person, and I feel bad for everybody else, because I'm the same way, where I don't want to scroll down looking for your fucking link.
I'm pretty sure we can schedule posts where you can, like, repeat the post every week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if you can specifically repeat the post, but I know you can schedule them.
Something to play around with. But all the important stuff is in the links to both of these paid, to Twitch and YouTube. The new Facebook is on YouTube. The new Facebook is on Twitch. Both the Discord is on both. You can click them, and it sends you a direct invite. Facebook is open, so it doesn't matter anyway.
I don't know. Then, of course, we've got the Atria link tree in the description.
Atria! I'm going to go see their show. Are you going to go with me?
What day is the show again?
The 26th of February, I think.
26th. Where's it going to be at?
Temple.
Something's happening, and I don't know.
This month. No, it's this month. It's this month. It's this month.
Double check.
I'm double checking now for everybody. So
got to make sure it's accurate. Probably should have done this beforehand.
Oh, also, well, I have it pulled up anyway. Go follow Volpinal. Volpinal?
How about you spell it?
VULPINAL.
That's on Twitch.
That's
for
on Twitch.
Jack from In Retrospect.
He is actually currently live.
He is?
Yep, playing Monster Hunter Rise.
See, if we had more than 2 viewers, I'd say let's go rate him.
I'm going to go rate him anyway just because we can.
I'd have to make a new scene and everything.
We could... I mean, I don't think it'll be able to be viewed on YouTube, but if we'd be able to view it on Twitch.
And no, it's already...
Okay, fair enough.
It's almost 3:30.
Okay. So, yeah, that's our buddy Jax. Atria.
Well, he's your buddy. I'm just a casual admirer.
Casual, pun intended.
Actually, I didn't even think about that.
I'm pulling up the, I think this is it. There's a hair on my mic.
Gross. What'd you do that for?
I don't know. Saturday, February 26th at 8 p.m. The Caves with Atria, Mad City Cruisers, and Audacious Pulse.
Sure it's not Audacious?
It might be Audacious. Temple Live in Wichita, Kansas. Events by Atria ICT Live and 4 other people. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster.com or .net. I guess it's .net. Why is Ticketmaster.net?
I don't know.
That's fucking stupid. I don't fucking know. Or you can just get the app. And no, I will not have a description for that because we're not sponsored by Ticketmaster.
I want to know when they're coming back to Barleycorns.
God. Probably not anytime soon. There hasn't been a lot of shows at Barleycorns recently. You know why?
COVID, lockdowns.
You know the owner of Barleycorns got hit by a car and died.
Wait, what?
Yeah, on a motorcycle.
When?
Oh, last year? Yeah. Late last year?
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, he was that one that got hit on North 47th and Hydraulic.
That was him?
That was him. He was on his bike.
Fuck.
Yeah. So there hasn't been much going on at Barleycorns recently. I mean, they're still open. Both of his businesses are still open. Because they're being run by his wife, and I think his son is old enough now. I don't know. I know family's still running the bars for him, but they haven't done much music-wise. I know they're still doing shows, but
Isn't that where you took
nothing.
photos or something?
Yeah, that's where we saw in retrospect.
That's what I thought. By the way, I heard you shouted me out.
You're welcome.
Oh, and what is this that I'm better at streaming than you?
Go away. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Love you, bye.
Oh no, I have to rub
But no. Yeah, so he got hit.
Freezing.
He got hit, and I mean, it was obviously fatal. It was pretty bad. But yeah, so they haven't done a lot recently, unfortunately.
Yeah, I get that.
I will still go to Barleycorns. I need to go back because they have pretty good little bar food that they serve.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a really hot bartender. I love my wife, but they have a really hot bartender.
I can't say one way or the other. I haven't been there in so long. I think the last time I went to Barleycorns was before Sky Chief broke up.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I've always had a good time every time I've gone there.
Yeah, Barleycorns, as small as it is, it's still a really fun place. See, that's where I learned about one of my new favorite bands. Well, and I shouldn't say newer favorite bands because I just started heavily, like, religiously listened to them last year. No, 2 years ago.
I don't know. You haven't said a name yet.
Small Town Titans.
Oh, yeah.
In retrospect, opened up for them at Barleycorn.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know who they were. I'm thinking, all right, cool, you know. And then we get in the car after the show. And this was around Christmas time. And a heavy metal rendition of Your Mean One, Mr. Grinch came on T95. And I'm like, God damn, that voice sounds familiar. And then the song ended. That was Small Town Titans, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, what are the odds that I just heard them live, met their singer, all this? Because, I mean, Barleycorns, you can always talk to all the artists there. I mean, they don't have any specific rooms where they go.
Right. Did they get signed?
Who?
Small Town Titans.
Small Town Titans have been signed. You know how long they
Which label are they under?
I don't fucking remember off the top of my head.
I'm going to look it up.
You know how long they've had because they're not even from Kansas.
No.
But you know how many times I have heard that rendition of Mr. Grinch on T95? I've heard that years before that night. It's always been there. And I just didn't realize who the fuck that was.
Going to their website. They have a website. Atria has a website too, by the way.
Yes, they do. Linktree in the description below on YouTube. Oh, that's another comment. Hold on.
That's Allie. Hello, Allie. Thank you for saying hi.
Thank you for sharing.
Sharing. Tristan left and he don't talk to us no more.
Sharing is caring, Allie. I've never seen her share any of her stuff. Rude.
Oh, I don't care about your pop-up. Go away.
Put it on the, can you put it on?
Not very quickly.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Jesus.
We're not going to get into that.
Huh?
We're not getting into that.
No.
Okay, then why'd you say
No, just clicking on their story page. I was going to try to see if I could find where they were signed. But no, one of the paragraphs, first sentence is talking about, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch." Went viral in a couple days.
Yeah.
And then charted on Billboard.
YouTube might have their.
I don't know, but we're not doing that now. We can do music a different day. Which actually, that reminds me, next week, our scheduled date is Valentine's Day. So what are we doing about that?
I don't know yet.
Because, professionals would plan this in advance.
Sorry, I'm looking at the description here for Small Town Titans on YouTube now. What is SST or STT?
Small Town Titans.
Oh, is that what that? Okay, well, I wasn't sure if that's what they were doing or not. Okay. Not even YouTube has their label.
Allie left us.
Oh. Fuck you.
That's not nice.
Rude. She didn't even share our shit. I'd share her shit. Well, that's just weird. Why can't we find their fucking label?
I don't know.
That shouldn't
It's
be
not
too
that
hard
big a
to
deal.
find, right?
It's not that big a deal.
No, it's not. But still.
So I don't want to get anyone's hopes up or raise expectations, but I kind of mulled around in my head the idea of, having the wives on the show next week. But I don't know if we could have something in place for my daughter, 'cause can't bring her with us.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can. You play. Well, the kids will have school that day. I think the kids have school that day.
Yeah.
You can still bring them. We'll have Austin here. Austin loves kids. How old is your daughter now?
2.
Oh, that's perfect. Her and Austin will get along. They can play and watch Frozen together or something. We had a whole playroom filled with toys that they can play in. Roam the house. They'll be okay. Oh, I'm leaving.
I don't know.
I'm letting you know that the option is there.
We'll talk about it.
The option is there. There's enough for your daughter to do here. She won't be alone. I've got my daughter here because she only goes to school in the morning, so you'll be okay.
I don't know. That's not a decision I can make on my own.
But you can let the wife know that option is there. Okay. Make sure. Okay.
I don't know, but we'll figure something out for next week.
I have to. Again, let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about, because we have no problem taking your ideas to heart too. Just know at the end it's what we want to talk about, and you just listen, even if it's your idea.
See, that sounds aggressive.
If it's their idea, it's. You think of an intro then.
All right, I guess I got something to do for the next week.
Yeah, you do. Including your job as an editor. Where's my TikTok video?
Hey, this time around I'm not editor, I'm co-host.
I've got to give Kaz so much credit, though. As much shit as I give him. Mind you, we've got a little bit of time here. Kaz is also my editor, everybody. And it is a really good one. So if you're looking,
I make the pretty things that show up on the screen.
Not even just the pretty. If you go back to like my older videos on YouTube, all that is Kaz.
Well, not all of it. Everything.
Most of it, like 95% of it, is Kaz.
After Driving with Ginger episode 2, all that is edited by me.
That is still, I mean, it's there. He's good. He's an amazing guy. He's
Although I will admit,
a dick to work with. But
I will admit, episode 3 doesn't look that great because I tried to do too much, but I kind of settled into a rhythm after that.
Yeah. But he's good. He's better at computers than I am. I'm more of a voice than anything. That's all I am.
Yeah, I'm really not. This is probably the most I'll talk all day.
OBS if it wasn't for this guy. Even then, I still don't even really understand OBS. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool. I get it now, and I'll do it once, and then the next time I go back, it's like, I gotta call Kaz.
You put in the key, and then you click Start Stream.
I always feel like there's something else that I'm missing every fucking time.
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Mainly, you're just capturing gameplay.
That's true. But anyway, that's it. We're done.
We're done. We're done. The
On
stream's still going.
Kaz.
Our links are in the description. That was
a glorious push.
Hey, we're down to 0 viewers. Oh no, we still got 1 person on Twitch.
Hey.
Props to you for sticking it out through all this shit show.
You should comment and let us know who you are.
I would gladly give you a shout out, but I have no idea who you are.
Right? We're into that thing. We do that, believe it or not. I wish I had a subscription button on Twitch. Share it with your friends. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Hey, we got a viewer back on YouTube.
Yay! Watch it be Tristan.
Tristan, did you finally come back and say hi?
You dick.
You didn't say hi.
Right at the end. Watch that. Watch those one view that we're looking at right now is actually us viewing it from the stream manager.
No, that doesn't count. See, down to 0 again. All gone.
Okay, well, we'll figure out what we want to talk. We'll post. We need to post more. You're right. I mean, I think I posted enough, but whatever.
Well, you definitely don't post enough in the Facebook group.
That's true.
Then again, neither do I. I just post the direct links.
Yeah. I just don't know what to post. I expect people to just come in and hear what we have to say and go from there.
Or just tell us what they want to hear about.
Good luck with that one. The other times I posted that and got nothing.
I don't know.
All right, well, I'll see you next week.
You sound so enthusiastic.
I'm trying to here. Let me be more like you, Mr. Enthusiastic. I'll see you next week. That's your enthusiastic.
Hey, being monotone is not being bored, all right?
Hey, being monotone is not enthusiastic.
I'm just like, that guy from the Clear Eyes commercial.
What the fuck?
I'm excited. You just can't prove it.
His face has resting bitch. Like, his face matches his voice, just letting everybody know. It really does.
I don't know, but anyways, it's 3:40. We got to go. You guys probably have better shit to do than this.
Central Time.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.